question.
Hey, you guys, how is it going? Welcome to my so-called Gen X Live. This is a special Sunday live stream of Member Berries. Sorry I wasn't able to do it on Friday. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Hello, everyone. We got a lot going on in the chat already. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hi, Robert. Hi, Zach. Hi, John. Hello. Hi, Joseph. Hey. Lounge Zinger, what up? Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I know it's a little bit different of a setup. It's weird not going on live on Fridays. Feels weird going on live on a different day. Hey Donald, hey Lady G, hey Alex, hey Mark, hey Sabrina's Espresso. There's so many of you all here. This is great. Sharita, TK, Gia, Jessica Lee, what's going on? So glad you guys are joining me tonight. Yes, tonight's topic is 1995. My 30th high school reunion is this coming Saturday. So I graduated from high school in 1995. So I thought this would be a good week to go back and reminisce. The fact that it's been 30 years is insanity, but it was a good year for a lot of different reasons. So it's going to be fun to go back and look at some of the movies, TV, music, cultural things that were going on at the time. Obviously, we got to talk about OJ. In the trial and all of that good stuff. But it looks like a lot of y'all were in your teens and early 20s in 1995. And that's perfect. That's exactly where I was at. I turned 18 in November. Or did I turn 18? Yeah, I turned 18 in 1995. Goodness, yeah. Bezak, I almost put on the thumbnail, let's party like it's 1995. But I didn't do it. Bernie will not be with me tonight. It's been a rough day, guys. My dad is back in the hospital. We had to call 911 this morning. It was bad. So he's back in the hospital, not doing well. But, I just wanted to give you all an update of what's going on there. So Dave is asleep. It's been a long day. And I just wanted to keep going with I had already promised to do a live stream tonight, so I thought I'm just go ahead and hang out with my friends and have a good time and talk. So yay. So just letting you guys know, yeah, Dad's not doing well. So it is what it is. It's life, right? He's getting good care, and that's all I can say about that. So we will see. We will see what happens there. Okay, looks like we have a lot of stuff going on in 1995. Thank you guys for your kind words. That's very nice of you. I know it sucks. I didn't want to start off the stream with bad news, but I wanted to give you guys an update since a lot of you are here every week and keeping up with what's going on with me and my dad and my brother. So there you go. Thank you so much for your prayers. His name is David. That's my dad. My dad and my brother have the same name. They're both Davids. So thank you guys so very much. I appreciate it. All right. Oh, thank you, Lady G. I'm glad you guys are here too. Very much. Yeah. Thank you, Gerald. Appreciate it. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, you're both your parents. Yeah. See, I'm lucky enough to have both of my parents still. My mom and my stepdad are both in very, very good health. But my dad, my bio dad is he's taking a turn, so we will see. We will see what happens. Yes, let's distract. Let's distract. Let's talk about fun things. 1995. So when I posted about this live stream being postponed until today and told you all what the topic was, they got some really great comments. And let's see here. I'm gonna bring up some of the comments. I have so much stuff up. Oh, and this is a perfect night for my t-shirt, my Callahan Auto Parts t-shirt, since Tommy Boy came out in 1995. So we're definitely going to have to watch a scene or two from that movie. It's one of my favorites. Let's see here. What did you guys all have to say about 1995? All right. Oop. Let's see. Atlanta Braves finally won the World Series after getting so close and blowing it for years. I remember that. And I think there was a strike the year before, so there was no World Series the year before. So 95 World Series, I remember being a big deal. Film Buff 1979 mentioned all of the movies. We can watch some of this stuff. Clueless, we're definitely going to watch some stuff about Clueless. Batman Forever, Kiss from a Rose. Gangsta's Paradise, oh my God, we're going to have to watch some of that. Houston Rockets winning their second straight NBA championship. O.J. Simpson trial. Braveheart, Toy Story, so many memories of 1995. Yes. Well, anytime I think of the Simpson trial, because I remember I went to college in fall, was my freshman year, fall of 95, and I actually went to Baylor University for my freshman year before I transferred to the University of Kansas. And I remember because the trial was going on in the fall, like right when school started, and so we would come home from class back to the dorms, and we had the common area had a TV in it, and we would all be sitting there watching the OJ trial. I remember that, watching the verdict. I remember it was a big deal. So of course I have to play this. It's 10 seconds long, but I have to play this. Hold on.
Thanks, I'm Norm Macdonald, and now the fake news. Well, it is finally official. Murder is legal in the state of California.
I think that might be the most famous Norm Macdonald line from his whole years of Saturday Night Live. I think that might have been his most famous opening line. You watched the OJ trial in school, Gerald? Did you? For those of you that were in high school still at the time, did you guys watch it in school? Because we definitely were watching it in college. Yep, R.I.P. Norm. Oddly enough, Norm Macdonald actually had the same cancer that my dad has, multiple myeloma. So I've been watching a lot about Norm lately, just all about his life and everything. Yeah, Norm was brilliantly brutal about OJ, and that definitely got him fired from SNL. Don Ohlmeyer did not appreciate his jokes. You were in junior high, Joseph? Was in a free period where was TV in the room. We were all watching the trial verdict. Isn't that amazing how, and I think this was like one of the first, this was one of the first times I remember like a news story being on television 24/7. We had, CNN was around. This was before Fox and MSNBC and everything, but we did have CNN. Court TV, I remember being a big thing, and it was on the news every night. It was just like, it was kind of like the first like real big reality show in a way, but it was on constantly 24/7. Oh, I remember watching the verdict in middle school. Hey, Brian. And when OJ was found innocent, he got a round of applause. Really interesting. That is interesting. I just remember gasps. Just like, I don't remember a round of applause, but I do remember gasps. Oh my goodness. Hey, Z-Man 420, how's it going? Oh goodness. Now I remember the Bronco chase was in the summer of 94, and so I remember that really well too. But the verdict, the dancing Edos. Oh my God, we gotta watch the dancing Edos. Hold on. Do they have those? That was from Leno, right? This was from The Tonight Show, I believe. The audio on this isn't very good. I mean, the names of that was what was so crazy, was like all these people became famous. Like, of course, we had Judge Ito, and then we had Kato Kalin, the blonde guy that was living in OJ's guest house, and then there was Marcia Clark, the district attorney, and then of course all of OJ's defense team. Like, it's insane that all those people became like household names. Yes, I remember this, Brian. The Broncos chase set a record for the most pizza ordered on Domino's that year. It like beat the Super Bowl. It beat everything. Yeah. Oh, yep. OJ, Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian are no longer with us. I think F. Lee Bailey is gone too. I think almost all of the defense team has passed away. And both of the prosecutors are still alive, which is random. What was the police? There was the police guy's name that was accused of being a racist. I can't remember what his Mark something, I think. Furman, maybe? Yeah. if the glove don't fit, you gotta quit. Mark Furman, okay, yeah. It's just amazing how many of those people became household names. Lance Ito's still around, good deal. Yeah, that's nuts. Let's see. I want to see if they have the dancing Itos here. Because this looks like okay, yeah. With all his lawyers, it could go free, or maybe rot in jail, or maybe rot in jail. So now they're in the courtroom, and they'll stay there for a while. There's OJ. I can do this with Gilligan. Some billionaire and the night, a movie star, with stardom and burden, here at OJ's trial. Here they come. Oh, they had a Martha too. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Oh yeah, and we should definitely mention the names: Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. The fact that all of this was going on and these two people had lost their lives and these two families were grieving like crazy, and this is what the spectacle that was made of this case and this trial is almost too much to bear. Yeah, the Goldman family never got any money or anything. Yeah. Yeah, it was a disco version of the Perry Mason theme. Oh man. Yeah, Sebastian, no comments like that, please. The Goldman owns, yeah, didn't he write a book that was called like If I Did It? Like, just you know, we're not going to relitigate the trial right now on this live stream, but you know, I just, you know, If I Did It, yeah. Crazy. But rest in peace, Ronald Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson, because that was yeah, the cover had the if in the very tiny letters. Yeah. It was just so sad. It was just a sad thing all around. And the spectacle that was created out of it, and then it became a whole TV genre unto itself, the true crime and the murders and the courts and all that good stuff. But let's watch the last 10 seconds of the Dancing Itos. I mean, it just gives you it just gives you an idea of where our country was at in the mid-90s. I don't know. It's just weird. Oh, thank you. Yes, my part 2 of my video of the biggest news stories of the 80s according to an 80s kid. I did drop that a couple of days ago. I'm working on part 3. Hopefully it'll be out soon. My schedule has been all messed up because I've been, dealing with hospitals and things like that. But the third part will be out soon. And then I have some really great videos lined up. I just need to be able to make them. I'm this close, guys. I'm this close to hiring an editor to help me get stuff out faster. I am so like I get so possessive of my videos and what I want to do, and I don't want to like anybody else to have their hands on them, because one of my biggest pet peeves about YouTube channels that I love is when they hire editors and they start getting a team together and it becomes more of this big like yes, it looks more professional production, but it just takes it takes the thing out of the channel that I love so much, if that makes any sense. So I don't know if I want to give my videos to editors or not yet, but in order to get stuff out quicker, I might need to hire a little help. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I love that you included the Al Capone's vault reveal. I showed this special in my room on the Discord. Oh, great. Yeah, I know, right? It was just such a crazy thing. You forgot my Hands Across America? Yeah. It was a fun time. It was a good time. Thank you, Z-Man420. I appreciate that. Take your time. Quality over quantity. You put out quality. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's like I just have all these ideas that I want to get made and get put out there, and I can't get it out fast enough, and all this stuff happens and it slows me down, and I'm just like, if I could just record my voiceover and pull my clips and just give it to an editor, I think, oh, that'll be better. But it takes out the personal touch from me as well, I feel like, because there's certain things about being a Gen Xer or, being in your late 40s and experience some of that stuff. So there's certain sounds I want to make sure that you hear, and there's certain clips that I want to make sure that you see, because it jogs the memory a lot of times, right? And giving that to somebody that definitely, if they were younger, they don't know. I don't know if they'll get the same vibe. So we'll see. We shall see. It was John Jocelyn who co-produced it, built the Titanic Museum in Pigeon Forge. Okay. Yeah, John Jocelyn and Doug Llewellyn. Who knew that they were responsible for Al Capone's vault? I didn't until I learned. Ooh, good question. What were my favorite music albums of 1995? Well, we're going to go through some music here in a second. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. What albums came out in 95? Because that will help me. What was I listening to? Okay. The biggest album that I listened to in 1995 was Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. That was definitely that one. What's the Story? Morning Glory from Oasis. Tragic Kingdom from No Doubt. Radiohead, The Bends. Let's see, what else did I have? Oh, this was a big one. I went to Baylor. I was down in Texas, mind you, when this came out. Shania Twain's The Woman in Me. Any Man of Mine. Holy crap. That was a big one. That was a huge one. What else? Let's see here. Brown Sugar by D'Angelo. That was a big one. I'm trying to think what else. I'm going through like the biggest albums here. Mariah Carey's Daydream. I don't think I that was about when I was done with Mariah Carey. I liked her earlier stuff, but I didn't have that one. So yeah, what about you guys? What are some of the albums that you guys listened to from 1995? I think so too. I think The Woman in Me is better than Come On Over. I think that's a fair statement. Ooh, Crazy Sexy Cool, TLC. Yes. I actually still have that somewhere. I need to find it. Was Mr. Jones 95? Oh, yep. Selena Dreaming of You. That was another thing. We got Selena was murdered in March of 95. That is correct. Offspring must smash. Okay, yeah. Was Mr. Jones 95? I don't think so. Um 93. So yeah. Little earlier than that. Gangster's Paradise was another one. You were too busy listening to 80s music to care about anything current in 95. Really? That's interesting. No, definitely Tupac. I was a Tupac gal, but I didn't really get into Tupac until more of like 96 into 97. I have All Eyes on Me. So that was a big one. But at 95, I was just starting. Like, you got to remember, 95 was when I left home and went to college, and so I was discovering all kinds of new music and new, just new culture and new all kinds of things. I had the first CD I ever bought was Chronic by Dre, so I was already into rap a little bit, but yeah, I got into Tupac more in 95, 96. Oh, there's so much good music. You'll see. Well, that was some music. Gotta love Atlantis. Atlantis. Hold on. Let's watch a little Buddy Holly.
Happy Days is filmed before a live audience.
I remember this video being like just like this, so cool. This came out right after Forrest Gump, which came out in 94, where they were integrating like video with classic footage. That was like the first time I really saw it was in Forrest Gump, and then they did it here with Buddy Holly, and it was such a neat it was just such a neat crossover of pop culture. Then I just thought he was adorable. I still love me some Rivers Cuomo, but yeah, but he was really great back then. Funny when I watch younger people react to this video, they just don't get it. They don't get it at all. And we grew up with Happy Days, and so, this meant a lot more to us in the 90s, but the kids today are just like, I don't understand any of this. Mike Jones directed video. Marion Ross is still alive, right? 96. Wow. Sit on it, bucko. Gotta love the Fonz. The Fonz is still with us. He's out posting on X all of his fishing trip videos. It's kind of fun. It's just so sad that there's like no bands anymore. Kids don't know what they're missing out on. Yeah, Windows 95 was 95. Oh, man. Oh, yes, the sweater song was one of my favorites. If you want to destroy my sweater, pull this thread as I walk away. Let's see. I thought I have the video of Dave Coulier talking about Atlantis. We got to see it. I know I saved it, but I didn't have it ready for this live stream. So let me see if I can pull it up real fast. Because anytime I see something I like that, I'm like, oh, we need to watch that. Okay. Hold on. I wish I'd have had this ready. Okay. This is from 3 years ago. Dave Coulier is talking to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts about buying Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill CD. So let's hear what he has to say. Let me bring up the volume.
So you got like all these people looking at you a certain way, whether it's, Ghostbusters or Full House or any of this stuff, and you're a dad and you're doing all this stuff. And then these Alanis Morissette rumors start rearing their ugly head. Are you going like, I don't need this out there right now? Or were you like, yeah, it is what it is?
It was what it was.
Yeah.
We dated and she was writing all of that Jagged Little Pill stuff during that time. And I never saw this, angry white girl thing that she's, that people have kind of coined her as. I never saw that. She was funny. She was sweet. She was super intelligent, super talented. So I never saw that. But when people would, that was 95 when Jagged Little Pill came out. And I started, here's the story. I'm driving in Detroit and I've got my radio on and I hear the hook for You Ought to Know come on the radio. And I'm like, wow, this is a really cool hook. And then I start hearing the voice. I'm like, wow, this girl can sing. And I had no idea, that this was the record. And
hey, I gave someone a cross.
And then I was like, I'm listening to the lyrics going, ooh, oh no. Oh, I can't be this guy. And I went to
Wow. Because for a long time, the rumors were like it was Dave Coulier, but people were like, nah, it's not Dave Coulier. But it was definitely Dave Coulier that she was writing about. Oh, man. This is interesting.
the record store, bought the CD, and I went and I parked on a street and I listened to the whole record. And there was a lot of familiar stuff in there that her and I had talked about, like your shake is like a fish. I'd go, hey, dead fish me, and we'd do this dead fish handshake. And so I started listening to it and I thought, ooh, I think I may have really hurt this woman. And that was my first thought. And so years later.
Oh, yeah. Not only did they date, Jagged Little Pill is about Dave Coulier. You Ought to Know. And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. She's talking about Dave Coulier. I know.
We reconnected and she couldn't have been sweeter. And I said, what do you want me to say when people ask me about this relationship? And she said, you can say whatever you want. So she was really sweet about it. She was kind. I'll tell you the kind of person she is. When my sister Sharon was dying with cancer, Alanis was living in Toronto. My sister was in Detroit. She actually drove to Detroit with her guitar and sat with my sister playing songs and singing to my sister in the hospital.
Wow.
That's the kind of human being she is.
Yeah.
So I've never had anything bad to say about her. She's lovely.
Yeah.
What now when you were in that theater that she references, what movie were you watching?
You do that pop.
We've all wanted to know that when she was doing her thing in the theater. What were they watching?
Popcorn cup trick one time and it backfired.
Hold on. I want to hear this again.
Wow.
That's the kind of human being she is.
Yeah.
So I've never had anything bad to say about her. She's lovely.
Yeah.
What now when you were in that theater that she references, what movie were you watching?
You do that popcorn cup trick one time and it backfires on you.
I feel like he just confirmed all of that was true. I know. Joey from Full House had a whole album made about him. You gotta love it. Cut it out. What was it? Cut it out. Something like that. Oh, $20 super chat. Jessica Lee. Speaking of kids today, yesterday I saw a maybe 13-year-old girl wearing a Def Leppard shirt. I asked her if she liked their music because they're my favorite. She looked at me confused and said, "It's a band?" Oh no. Oh no. Thank you for the $20. Oh my God. Did you just go to your car and just cry? Because I think I would have. What do you mean? If there's one thing they used to say the biggest snafu was wearing a t-shirt of the band you're going to see. But I think it's worse when you're wearing a t-shirt of a band that you don't even know who they are. That's blasphemy and it shouldn't be allowed. When you're buying merch of a band, you should at least have to tell them like your favorite song at the retailer before you can purchase. New rules. Gonna gatekeep my pop culture. That's so sad. Oh my god. That was fun. Oh. Hey, Engelbert slapped you back. Yeah, you did pop in at the right time. We're talking about Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill and Dave Coulier. Oh man. It's true. The kids today will never know the 80s awesomeness of Def Leppard or hair metal in general. But, we could bring it back, maybe. We just got to teach them. You got to teach the children. Can we watch some Aniston Perry Windows 95 video? Yes, Vizak, $2. Perfect. I love that idea. Let me show the Sheena Easton thing that Brian sent. He's as the OG channel member, he gets special privileges. So he said this is the most 80s video ever. So we're gonna click out of 95 for a couple of seconds and watch this, and then we'll go over to the 95 Matthew Perry, Jennifer Aniston video, because that's a classic. Now there was a Sheena Easton song that was on the Tipper Gore list of, what was it, the 15, I don't remember what it was called, but they had a naughty 15 or naughty dirty something. I didn't realize that her stuff was so naughty.
Turns on the breakfast show. She fixes coffee while he takes a shower.
Sheena, like, what happened to Sheena Easton? Like, she was so big in the 80s and then she just disappeared.
But I got to be at work in less than an hour. She manages to smile as he walks.
I do love the outfit though. The hair, the dress, it's the shoulder, like, it's like shoulder pads with nothing else. It's just shoulder pads. I mean, you gotta love that. Modern girl.
She's free to be what she wants to be. All she wants to be is a modern girl.
This is very 80s, from the graphics to the stage setup to the outfits. This is very, very 80s. I like this. She's a modern girl. I'm going to bring up the Matthew Perry, Jennifer Aniston Windows 95 video.
She's on her way again to London town where she eats a tangerine next to a magazine.
I want to know what your algorithm is like, Brian, to get videos sent to you like this. Thanks for the suggestion. I'm going to rock back to 1995 now. Go to the super chat. All right. For those of you that haven't seen this, this is pretty incredible. Microsoft Windows 95 video guide with Jennifer Aniston and Matthew Perry. Now, it's an hour long, so we're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to watch. That was messed up. Your algorithm is messed up. All right. Let's watch this.
Our guide is separated into 3 sections. In section 1,
Oh,
you'll
hold on.
get more.
Let's go to the beginning. We got to watch it from the beginning. I might go potty here in a second.
Welcome to the Microsoft Windows 95 video guide. This unique program will help teach you how to use many of the most important features of the new Windows 95 operating system. Our guide is separated into 3 sections. In section 1, you'll get more than a few laughs as we present the world's first cyber sitcom, starring 2 of television's hottest comedy personalities.
Yeah, Sugar Walls was the Sheena Easton song that was Tipper Gore's on her list. Yep. Yeah, Princeton Wild Hour music.
Personalities, Jennifer Aniston and Matthew Perry. They'll be taking you on an adventure in computing that takes place in the office of Microsoft Chairman Bill Gates. Along the way, they meet a wacky bunch of propeller heads and are introduced to the top 25 features of Windows 95. The pace is fast and funny, but don't worry if you miss anything. In Section 2, we'll take you on a step-by-step review of all the Windows 95 components demonstrated in Section 1. In just about 15 minutes, you'll get a close-up view of how to work in the new Windows 95 environment, and will become familiar with the speed, power, ease, and compatibility of Windows 95. Finally, in our third section, Microsoft answers.
I remember seeing this because we had Windows 3.1 on whatever computer we had at the time. So Windows 95 was like a big deal. And then 98, oh my God. Like, just wow. We got internet at my house in 92 or 93. But we couldn't hardly do anything with it. You know, I think there was Netscape to navigate, but there wasn't much to navigate through. And downloading a picture took like 7 hours. Videos, just no.
The 20 most asked questions about Windows 95. So get ready for a few laughs and some great information. First up, the world's first cyber sitcom.
So I told her, I'm not made of money. You pay for the band. Your son's getting my daughter for pretty cheap.
A cyber sitcom. Well, that's exciting. Okay, I'm going to play this for a minute. I'm going to go potty real fast. I'll be right back.
Too, I might add.
Microsoft's fifth floor. Ladies' modems, children's shareware, and our bridal peripheral salon.
Wow. Taskbars and email and shortcuts, oh my.
Taskbars and email and shortcuts, oh my. Taskbars and email and shortcuts, oh my. Taskbars and email and shortcuts, oh my.
Well, yeah.
The Wicked Witch of Windows 95.
Okay, Myra, I'll get back to you, darling. All right, bye-bye. I heard that, and you are?
This is Jennifer Aniston. I'm Matthew Perry. We're here to see Mr. Bill Gates about a possible starring role in the video guide to Microsoft Windows 95.
He's out right now, honey, but you can wait in his office.
Out?
Out.
Out! But in his absence, he asked me, his loyal assistant, Bernice Keppelman, to act as host and give you a peek under the hood at Windows 95. I was very involved in the project, you know.
You?
Well, I kept asking the boss to clean up his windows, you know, update, redecorate, cleaner views. He took my advice. Of course, I was talking about the windows in his office, and he was talking about the other windows. You know, the operating system with tens of millions of users. Stop with the clapping.
Oh, we thought it was customary maybe to clap when entering Mr. Gates' office.
I was just turning the lights on.
So, this is where the magic happens, huh? The ground zero personal computing. The nerve center of the world's biggest software company. I mean, the atmosphere resonates with anticipation of mythical achievement.
Mythical achievement right now would be an unchewed number 2 pencil.
Honey, we'll nosh soon, but if you want the job, spend some time looking at Windows 95. What do you know about this?
This is painful to watch, first of all. Second of all, got to remember this was made in the first season of Friends, because Friends came out in the fall of 94. So the show was big, but it wasn't as big as it would become. So I'm surprised that they were able to get this that they did this gig.
System.
Well, I dabble with the old Windows a little bit.
And you?
Oh, I'm still mastering Pong.
Sweetie, why don't you sit in at Bill's terminal?
Okay, so this is Bill Gates' computer. I mean, that is like using Wayne Gretzky's hockey stick, you know?
Oddly enough, none of it seems to rub off.
Look, I meant for her to sit at the keyboard for a reason. Windows 95 is goof-proof.
We might have to mount a legal challenge, you know?
Naturally, Bill's already installed Windows 95 and is booted up. Just hit any key, and you'll see it right behind the screensaver.
Any key. So I could basically fall on this thing and it would get started.
Yeah, but don't, okay?
Oh, pretty.
Oh, and no messy DOS buildup.
What is this, a paper towel commercial? There are 4 things you ought to know about Windows 95. It's easier, it's faster, it's more powerful, and it's got great compatibility. Now, point the mouse at the start button, bottom left, and click.
Oh, look, Maddie, I'm computing.
Look, Maddie, I'm computing. Everything's computer. Friends by 95. It was just the first season wasn't as big as you think it was. It took like a couple of years for it to become the juggernaut that it was. The first season or two, it was popular, but it wasn't top 5, number 1 like it was in the later 90s.
You know, what's that button?
Don't touch that. Whatever you do, stay away from that button.
Or you'll go blind.
Worse, way worse.
I don't know.
Now, getting back to the menu. It's the best I've seen since they closed Lindy's in New York. From the top, you've got
And basic. But yeah. Highly recommend. 5 stars, 10 out of 10.
your printer's
This is time
folder
to-
and allows you to customize the taskbar. The Find feature is all new on Windows 95. It's a fast way to find files or folders. Help is right there at your fingertips, and Run allows you to start up any program with a...
Indica is usually what I smoke, like 80% of the time. I'll do a sativa or a hybrid, like during the day, every once in a while, but indica is usually what I smoke. All right. Yeah. This is boring. Let's move on. Oh, come on. Let's see, where did I save it? I haven't.
She thought it was about.
Yeah. Oh.
But I'd never heard
Or
it.
around
I'd never
or
heard it
about.
said. I'd always
That's
seen the
right.
mark, but never heard
Yeah.
it said. And then
Yeah.
it sounded stupid when I said it. Violence at NBC.
Just what is this main artery of the information superhighway?
Every business, no matter how large, no matter how small, will be on the internet in the year 2000. It's the primary way that people will look up information. It will replace the yellow pages as we know it today.
Are a lot of people just getting on to the internet because they feel that they have to get onto the playing field, so to speak?
But it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
There it is. Violence at NBC, GE.com. I mean,
Well, Allison should know. What do you
is
say to that,
internet
Allison?
anyway?
Internet is that massive computer
Right.
network, the one that's becoming really big
What is internet anyway?
now.
What do you mean? That's big. How does one? What do you write to it like mail?
No, a lot of people use it and communicate. I guess they can communicate with NBC writers and producers. Allison, can you explain what internet is?
No, she can't say anything in 10 seconds or less.
Oh.
I'm afraid that if I subscribed to something like internet,
You would really be hooked.
I would get hooked and I would never, spend time with my family.
Do you,
Well,
am
and
I
also,
weird?
does it bother you at all that these are all people that you don't really know? I mean, everybody's signing on and having these conversations and whining together or griping together or whatever, with people that I don't know.
It is group therapy of the 90s.
Well, as I mentioned, I have no desire to be a part of the internet because I feel like I'm so inundated with information all the time that I don't want more. Don't you ever feel like it's just constant bombardment?
Wow, if she thought in 1994 that she was constantly being bombarded with information before she used the internet, holy moly. Yeah, cut to 25 years later and Katie Couric has her own internet show.
I guess the thing I resent
Information.
most is I would resent at least when you're home, if the phone rings, you have the option of not answering it. On the internet, people can send you messages all the time people you don't even want to hear from.
This is my 1995 playlist. The one British band song that I remember from that year. Okay. I need to turn off the automatic play. Oh my God. Whew. I have a bunch of 1995 videos. Let's see. That's a look. Here is, let's see. Let's go to some of the posts that you guys shared with me. Make it bigger. A Different View, 1976. This is a channel member. I met my first wife in 1995. I was 19, playing live gigs with my band, A Different View, all over New Jersey. My band got signed to an indie label out of Fairfield, New Jersey called Sonic Group Records Ltd. I met Jewel in September of 1995. Went to surf stock at Joey Harrison's Surf Club in Ortley Beach, New Jersey, and met the Urchins, John Easdale from Dramarama, Matt Pinfield, BJ from MTV. Wow. What a great... They Might Be Giants. I love They Might Be Giants. Went to Lollapalooza in 95. How many of you guys been to Lollapalooza? Mighty Boss Tones. Yes. Hole. Oh, make me over. 1995 was one of the greatest years of my entire life. Oh, I love that. Thank you for that comment. A Different View, 1976. 1995 from Skywalker Davis, the year I bought my first 3 compact discs: D'Angelo's Brown Sugar, Onyx, All We Got Is Us, and Crisscross, Young, Rich, and Dangerous. Saved my middle school lunch money for several weeks to make that purchase. Oh, I love that. Engelbert Slapped You Back says that in 1995, he was drunk. Fair enough. Fair enough. I was 18 in 95. Perfection. Miss Banshee, same. I turned 18 in November of 95, during my freshman year in college. It was pretty perfect. As a matter of fact, I have some high school videos from 95 of mine. We might watch a couple of clips. Lou, $5. Thank you. Can we see a bit of my favorite 90s sitcom debuted in 95? News Radio, best ensemble cast of the 90s. Oh yes, we'll definitely watch. Let's watch a little bit of News Radio. I talked about that in my video, in my most recent You Don't Remember These TV Shows Unless You're Gen X, these 90s shows video. Because it's News Radio is one of my absolute favorites as well. Oh, Silk Den, number 1. I turned 42 this Sunday. It should be a gleeful time spent revisiting 95 from Northeast Ohio. 1983, Boy Frame of Mind. I love your channel. Thank you, Silk Den. If you're there, hello and happy birthday. Oh, good stuff. You guys are so awesome. Okay. News Radio. Ba-da-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Ba-da-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's how I met Joe Rogan, was with News Radio. And I think that was Phil Hartman's best stuff. Let's see here. Oh my God, I love this one when they try to stop smoking. This is a good one. Oh, Norm Macdonald on News Radio. We'll have to watch that as well.
Your last. No, I got a full pack.
So if you guys didn't watch News Radio, I highly, highly, highly recommend watching it now. Like the first 4 seasons. When did Phil Hartman die? It was 98, I believe. Yeah, he died in May of 98. 95, 96, 97. Yeah, so the first 3 seasons of News Radio are fantastic. But after Phil Hartman died, it just couldn't recover. Okay, so it was the first 4 seasons he was in. My bad. So he did 4 seasons, and then John Lovitz came in season 5 and took over. But yeah, it just, how can you recover after that? But News Radio is one of my favorite shows from the 90s. Let's watch this as the team struggles to stop smoking. This is News Radio. My video reviews do the most wonderful justice. Well, thank you. I try. We might watch one of my little clips on News Radio because I love it so much.
I have to read this for everyone. In accordance with New York State Ordinance 435A regarding secondhand smoke, this is now officially a non-smoking office.
Now this was kind of a big one too as a smoker. I wasn't even smoking at the time in 95, but this was kind of when they started taking out all the smoking like when bigger cities, like in my small town, we were still able to smoke anywhere. But this was kind of when they started taking smoking out of restaurants or public spaces, workplaces. So that's what this is. So WNYX gets New York passes a no smoking ordinance. They can't smoke at work. So that's what this is all about.
Everyone. In accordance with New York State Ordinance 435A regarding secondhand smoke, this is now officially a non-smoking office.
Hallelujah.
Now, I know that this is going to be hard for some of us. I'm sorry, Bill.
Whatever.
What about me, Dave?
I didn't realize that you smoked.
Well, I don't inhale or anything, but I can. And I can blow it through my nose.
Well, good for you. But, I think this is going to be healthier for all of us because, as the ordinance states, secondhand smoke has been proven to have carcinogenic effects.
Well, no.
So,
who didn't know that? Wake up, people.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna post this over here. You can all read it at your leisure. And Bill, can I talk to you about those station promos?
Yeah, the Levitz. I mean, the Levitz era was tough. I mean, he did his best. He stepped in to try to help out, but they knew that there was no way they could go on. For what it was okay, but compared to the Hartman years, I mean, that ensemble. I hate Andy Dick with a passion, but that ensemble was just second to none. So then the writing in this show is so good. Dave Foley is amazing in this. I love it so much. Yep, Joe Camel did die in the 90s. That is correct. I actually worked for Camel for years. Long times. Long years. Who remembers a cigarette machine? Oh, yes. We still had one in a local bar up until about 5 or 6 years ago.
What do we got, Chief? Well, we're going to do 3 5-second station IDs and then 3 full 15-second promos over an audio bed. Now, I'd like to have you and Catherine trading off of them.
Sounds good. We should also try one clean 15-second pop without the audio bed.
Bill, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Rude.
No, thank you, Bill. Did you hear the announcement I made at the meeting just now?
Well, to tell the truth, Dave, I tend to zone out unless my name is mentioned. Why? Was there something important?
Well, Bill, actually, yeah, it was kind of important. I'm on it, Matthew. Yeah, it was kind of important. I'm on it, Matthew. Bill, we're now officially a non-smoking office. What you're doing is punishable by a $100 fine.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. Oh. Bill, that's not how it's supposed to work. Now just put that out.
Is that decaf?
No, it's regular. Yeah. Look, Bill, I hope you're enjoying that cigarette because it is your last.
No, I got a full pack right here. Nice luck. Is that from J. Crew?
J. Crew. Oh my God, I bought so much of my wardrobe from J. Crew in the late 90s. It's not even funny.
David, you've got to make Bill stop smoking. It's in my clothes. It's in my hair. Would you smell my hair?
Matthew, I'm not going to smell your hair.
Then smell my hand.
No.
Smell something.
Matthew. Look, if it's really bothering you that much, maybe you should talk to Bill.
Dave, come on over here. I want you to look at this.
Yeah, what is it,
It
Bill?
says here, Article 4, Paragraph 2, that in an office with more than 20 employees, you have to set up a special smoking area.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
Maybe you didn't want to see it.
Amazing. A smoking area. I've been relegated to so many smoking areas in my life. Yes, Kids in the Hall is fantastic as well. Dave Foley is a treasure.
All right, Bill, where do you suggest we set up this smoking area?
How about a mobile 10-foot radius around me?
No, I don't think so, Bill.
Yes.
Then how about over by Matthew's desk? Huh, Matthew? Would you like that?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
When I first started smoking, like every once in a while, I'd get a cigarette when I was working. I would waiting tables at Steak and Shake, and I was a senior in high school and freshman in college, and that's when if I would come home, my mom would be like, "Why do you smell like smoke?" I'd be like, "I had to work the smoking section tonight."
What?
You figure it out, Dave, because when I finish my noon update, the smoking lamp will be lit.
Dave, Matthew, you talk to him.
Okay, fine. Good. Yeah, I will. Good.
Matthew, turn around and go back to your desk.
Oh.
Well, I think that should.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, I guess this will do, but lose the salad, huh?
Bill, we all really appreciate your cooperation in this.
Like they'd have a window open like that on a, top floor of a New York building.
Yeah, this will work out just fine. What? This is very pleasant. Thank you.
Okay, great, Bill. You can close the window when you're done.
God, Phil Hartman was a treasure. $10 from JG. Thanks for the memories. Keep on shining. Thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, 95 was a really good year. I had so much going on back then. So much going on back then. Let's see. Let's watch this one. This is Joe Rogan is on the air, news radio. Hold on.
I'm sorry, Joe, but I can't let you do this.
For those of you that don't know, Joe was just a handyman of the office. He was not on the radio at all. So one day he decides, for some reason, they were going off the air, and so he had to fill in. He stopped and filled in, and he becomes really good at it. So, but the whole setup here is that Joe is the handyman. He's not an on-air announcer.
I'm sorry, Joe, but I can't let you do this.
Okay. Hang on there, buddy. I know a diamond in the rough when I see one.
What are you talking about, Bill? You can't just pluck someone off the street and put him behind a microphone.
Of course you can. How do you think Edward R. Murrow was discovered?
That is not how Edward R. Murrow was discovered.
Don't try to confuse me with the facts. Joe, don't...
I need to clip that and use that in a video. Don't try to confuse me with the facts.
Let this nattering nabob of negativity break your spirit.
Okay, look, enough fooling around.
All right. I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree on this one. Trying to reason with savages is thirsty business. I'm going to go get another cup of coffee.
Look, Joe, I'm sorry. I can't let you do this.
It's okay, man. I don't care.
All right, great.
But you got to get somebody in here because we're back in the air in 15 seconds.
Right.
Dude, Bill just went to the break room. You got to get somebody. I can cover it, man. It's no big deal.
Okay,
Seriously.
sure you know what you're doing?
It's just so funny that, 30 years later, he'd have the biggest podcast on planet Earth. Just nuts.
Yeah, I just got one question. What does this mean? You're listening to Winx. What's that?
That's WNYX, Joe.
I'm kidding. Relax, dude.
All right, good luck.
No problem. WNYX News Time, 10:21. This is Joe Gorelli filling in for Catherine Duke. The world of stock car racing was shaken today when NASCAR legend Travis Sullivan announced his retirement. Sullivan, a three-time Winston Cup winner, has been on the circuit for 30 years, plans to spend more time with his family. In local sports, Knicks reserve guard Jeff Washington goes under the knife for a tenolysis on his injured right ring finger tendon later today.
A tenolysis? That sounds complicated. What is it, Joe?
It doesn't say here, Bill, but I believe it's a semi-invasive surgical procedure to remove scar tissue from the proximal and distal junctions of a ruptured tendon.
You don't say.
He advocates for Joe to get on the air, and then Joe's so good he can't handle it and he gets mad. Yep, Joe had hair at one point. This is how I remember watching Joe for years. Was news. I mean, I loved this show in college. We watched this show all the time.
For local news, the state schools chief warned Tuesday that the
What's so funny?
I just don't think Bill was expecting that.
Okay, you were right. He's not working out at all. Dave? I just wanted to apologize to you. I shouldn't have put Joe in the booth.
Oh, no need to apologize. Joe's doing great.
I know, but I overstepped my boundaries.
I just thought I'd let you guys know we've gotten like 50 calls in the past hour for Joe. People love him.
Hey, that's great.
So why did you pick Joe?
Oh, I've always thought of myself as something of a mentor to our lower level employees.
And Bill, when you get back to the booth, could you tell Joe that Cindy from the Bronx thinks he is all that and a bag of chips?
Oh my God, that was the most 1995 line of a TV show I've ever heard. All that and a bag of chips. Oh, I'm glad you did too, Engelbert slapped you back. Tell your friends. We have a good time here. I usually do this on Fridays, so tonight's Sunday live stream was a little bit out of the ordinary. But yeah, so Sunday night is not the normal night. I will next Sunday have a live stream for members. So if you want to join the channel, become a member at the I've Got 5 on it level. You can come hang out with me in the members only live, and we're going to put together one of my next videos. Yay!
I'll pass that along.
Oh, and could you also tell him that...
Thanks, Lisa. Thank you. Fun. I put Joe on the air because I didn't want anyone any better to get that much airtime. I thought Joe would make me look good.
Well, it looks like you've been hoisted on your own petard.
Look, he can be slow-witted, but there's no need for name-calling. At any rate, I've learned a valuable lesson.
Good.
And I apologize.
Good.
Now get him off the air.
No.
Why not?
Because he's good. And we're not going to change anchors 3 times in one day just to accommodate your personal whims.
Okay.
The cold front is expected to reach the city by morning, with temperatures dropping to the low 20s.
I hate to put you on the spot, but what's causing that cold front, Joseph?
Well, if it's anything like most cold fronts, a low pressure system sitting off the coast is causing cold air to move down from Western Canada.
That's
One thing about Joe's character on news radio was that he was like, he was the handyman, but he always had some weird story about his family or friends, and he was also big into conspiracy theories. So he was kind of like the crazy guy that, basically his podcast now, like he had all these different theories about different things, and it was always kind of fun. But I love it so much. These guys were so good. We'll watch the rest of this clip. Oh, Jessica Lee. Hold on just a second. I'll get to your super chat in just a second.
very interesting. Well, what's new in Washington, Joe?
I can't seem to locate my news report here, but if memory serves correct, the story was on Capitol Hill today. Senator Patrick Moynihan's plans for a new federally funded Penn Station died in committee today. The bill would have moved the train station across the street to the historic post office building. WNYX News Time, 1221.
Thanks, Joe. By the way, what's so historic about the post office building?
Built in 1908, the post office building was designed by Kim Mead and White, one of the earliest proponents of interchangeable machine-made steel girders.
Thanks, Joe.
I guess those 2 weeks in New York City tour guide school paid off after all.
New York City tour guide school. Oh man. And Joe is a Gen Xer, right? He's one of the older ones, but he's definitely an Xer. I love it. Oh yes, we're gonna get to some Weird Al. Let's watch the last minute of this. This is good.
In the national news, the Congress is deadlocked once again on the issue of farm subsidies. Department of Agriculture officials will meet next week to try to work out a solution.
What's up, dude? What's going on?
I am fixing my computer. Oh, good. I found the problem. Look, I figured that if you can do my job, I can certainly do yours, Joseph.
Cool, have fun. How do you like my fake radio voice?
Really wasn't listening.
Huh. You want me to give you a hand with that when I get off
Joe,
the air?
really, seriously, just I
You know what
think
you
I
know.
can handle
Okay.
it. Yeah, I think I can handle
You
it.
know that there's capacitors in there, you know about
Yes,
that?
I know. There's capacitors in there.
You know that capacitors store energy when they're not being used? Not that big guy, all right.
Oh God. News radio. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. You had a sweater like that in 4th grade. Let's see. How about Weird Al Amish Paradise? Released in 96, but written in 95 and one of my favorites. All right, we'll watch a little bit of it. Amish Paradise. It's got Mrs. Brady in it instead of Michelle Pfeiffer. From what I understand, Coolio was not happy about this at first, but then he eventually came around. Apparently, and they were supposed to present an award together at the American Music Awards or something, and there was a little bit of a beef. I don't remember all of the details, but it was eventually smoothed out. Let's see. Kind of plain. Yeah, this was technically 96, but since Gangsta's Paradise was 95 and this came from a super chat, we're going to watch a little bit of it. I know, I can't believe Coolio is gone. That's crazy. Do you guys live near Amish communities? We have one that's not very far from here, and they're super cool people. Like they're very, very interesting. And they have them and the Mennonites have a store here in town that we go to all the time to get our bakery stuff and our they make all this homemade bread and all of their lunch meat and their eggs and butter and all that stuff. It's right down the road, and I love going to that. I'll pay the little extra money instead of going to Walmart for some Amish stuff. There's some cool people. So good. Much butter was churned is the headline of their paper. What I love so much about Weird Al, I mean, you know, he's so good he's so smart and good with his lyrics. Like I mean, this one's Gangsta's Paradise is great, but like you get into like White and Nerdy and like Word Crimes. Oh my God, Word Crimes is one of my favorites. He's so good as a lyricist. And everything makes sense. It's so smart, and it's the details that he puts into his lyrics are just phenomenal. So interesting. And like the vast majority of Amish kids that go on Rumspringa go back to the Amish community, which I find fascinating. Absolutely I think Theo Vaughn had an Amish kid on his podcast not too long ago, and because he was on his Rumspringa, and it was interesting to hear him talk. Very interesting. They have like it's a very interesting test community because they're so disconnected from you know, our modern communications and Western medicine and things like that. So it's just like they don't have a lot of the problems that we have in our in issues that we have in our society. This was very, very interesting. Hi Tanya, how's it going? Yes, 95 was a fun year. Good stuff. Yes, Al can throw out some bars. Have you ever heard his song Hardware Store? Yeah, give it a listen. He doesn't do it live anymore because there's a reason. Yeah, I got to be careful with the music, but I might put that on for a future live stream, watch a little bit of Hardware Store. Yeah, they are definitely surviving without us. They're doing just fine. The barn raising was a dangerous stunt, really? Right? Good stuff. $2 from VZAC, parody video, streaming Netflix in 1995. Well, this is from Squirrel Monkey 7 years ago. Interesting. Okay, I've never seen this.
Welcome to another episode of Wonders of the World Wide Web, your map to surf the web. In this episode, we are going to talk about Netflix. But what is Netflix? Netflix.
When did you guys first get Netflix? I did Netflix. The earliest I can remember is like 2002, 2003, because I had the DVD service where I had the 3 The 3 at a time level was the subscription that I had to Netflix. And then you had your queue that you would put on Netflix, and then you would like prioritize what you wanted to send next as soon as you sent your DVDs back.
Stands for Networkflix. It is the video store of the future today. Netflix allows you to rent movies on your computer. But how does this digital video store work? First of all, you'll need a fast multimedia computer with a modem and a hard disk with a capacity of at least 500 megabytes. You'll need a subscription to an internet service provider as well. We also recommend to use the software Drive Space. To use Netflix, you'll need a subscription.
Step 1.
Open your web browser and enter the address bar http://www.net.
Just so you all know, Netflix wasn't actually founded until 1997. For those of you that were wondering, the website didn't launch until 1998, and streaming didn't start until 2007.
Netflix.com.
Step 2.
Press the enter key.
Step 3.
Click on the button Subscribe today.
Step 4.
Fill in the form and click on Subscribe.
Step 5.
After only a couple of weeks, you'll receive your Netflix username and password. It comes with a poster, an installation diskette, a CD-ROM with a huge catalog, and a bag of microwave popcorn. Put the installation diskette in your computer.
Step 6.
Open Setup Period Back. It will quickly copy the software to your hard disk. If everything worked, you'll see a new icon on your desktop with Netflix.
These are so funny. Yep. It's just crazy because, I remember back then thinking how neat it would be to have access to all my favorite movies and TV shows whenever I wanted, because like I got to rent things, once a week or a couple times a week. And when I went to college, there was a video store called Hastings, and it was like a buy, sell, trade type of a video store. So, and they like their old releases, their old stuff was 50 cents for like a week. And so you could rent, we could go with $5 and rent 10 movies for the week. And I love that. But then like now having access to everything anytime I want just has ruined entertainment. It's just ruined it. I kind of want to bring the gatekeeping back and the schedules where I have to, the appointment television and stuff, and going to the movies, to the theater to see movies, because having access to everything online anytime I want has just ruined entertainment for me in so many ways, which is why I watch everything which is like most of what I watch is from 70s, 80s, or 90s. I just don't watch modern stuff anymore. But even then, it's hard you don't know where anything's at because there's so many different streaming services. Can't find your TV show that you want or the movie that you want. It's never on the one that I'm subscribed to.
Step 7.
Click on the Netflix icon. Type your username and password and click on Log In.
Step 8.
Congratulations! You can select a movie now. I want to watch a European movie, so I select the genre European. You can even select a subgenre. I select mime.
Agreed.
As you can see, there are a lot of results. Mimique seems like a good movie.
What? Mimique.
I select this one and confirm with next.
This just looks awful.
Options. Streaming or smart streaming. Only use streaming if you have a powerful computer and are connected to a very fast network.
So I was thinking of some things to put together for the holiday season, and that would be kind of a fun gift for the Gen Xer in your life or yourself. I was thinking about putting together some different like a journal called like 100 80s movies in 100 days or something like that, like a journal where you and have 80s movies to watch. And I was going to be playing some of them on my Discord, if that makes any sense. But I was thinking about making some smaller lists or some smaller journals or some like watch list checklists, 80s movies that you need to see, 90s movies that you need to see, and kind of give a guide to kind of like go through them and watch them on these certain days. We can watch them together sometimes. But because there's so much stuff that you forget about that was, and it's like I thought it'd be neat to put out some different lists and different journal books where you could watch a movie a day or a movie a week, and give you a movie to watch and tell you where it's at and yada yada. That's kind of like what's going around in my head for the holiday season, is putting together some really neat watch lists and journals and stuff like that to revisit 80s and 90s movies that you might have forgot about.
University Network. Streaming is watching while you download. Our connection isn't fast enough, but we'll still give you a demonstration of the movie Mimique. As you can see, the image quality is very low. We only see one image per second. What does the video look like when we smart stream it? Well, we did that yesterday, and it looks this way. Way better, isn't it? And if you click on the
Yes.
full screen button, you even...
I love that. The rhythm of life. I missed the rhythm of life. This is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, you had your schedule of your shows that you watched, and a lot of times Sunday nights was for like your family. It was like our family night to get together and watch stuff. And I just, or maybe it was Tuesday night or whatever night it was, but I love that. That's a great way to put it. The rhythm of life, because everything is just so everything everywhere all at once. And it sucks. It sucks so bad. You like that idea, my movie idea? I think so too. I think it'd be fun to put I can make digital lists, so make them for like 99 cents or whatever, and then I can put together some actual printed journals with different movies and movie quotes and movie stats, and kind of give you a guide to watch 100 movies in the year or whatever, or 100 movies in 100 days. I got all kinds of ideas going through my head, but I'm going to put together some of that stuff for the holidays. I think it'd be kind of a fun thing to do for 2026. Revisit some old stuff that you forgot about.
and get a better movie experience.
Step 10.
We are going to smart stream a movie. I pick the movie Days Pass. I click on smart streaming. It immediately starts to download the movie, and it shows me the estimated download time. In only 11 hours and 30 minutes, I can watch my movie.
Absolutely. Oh man. Yeah, Tubi does have a lot of 80s movies. I'm actually putting together a video about that. 80s movies and TV shows about Tubi, because it's a really neat source. Do I remember Web TV? It sounds familiar, but I don't really remember what it was. Oh my god, step 10, I quit. Downloading in 3 days. All right, let this play. Sadie needs to go potty.
I don't have to leave my home for it.
Step 11.
In the meantime, you can just use your computer. I'm currently working on my first novel.
Okay. That's silly. All right. In 1995, there was a Laverne and Shirley reunion. I'm going to play a little bit of that for you while I take Sadie to the potty. So we had a lot of reunions in the 90s. Like, I made a video about the reunion movies in the 80s, but there were a lot in the 90s. There were reunion specials and reunion movies. So here is the first part of the Laverne and Shirley reunion from 1995.
What are you doing, Bond? I'm looking for dates. There they are, huh? Laverne DeFazio and Shirley Feeney. Whoa.
My name is Shirley Feeney, and this is my best friend, Laverne DeFazio.
This is the second best thing I've ever felt.
I treat my body as a temple, Laverne. You have chosen to
Have they both passed away? I think they both have.
treat yours as an amusement park.
Very few people know this about me and Penny, but we were writers together first. And then Gary called and said, "Do you want to be on Happy Days?"
We put in Penny and Cindy to play the parts of Laverne and Shirley, and suddenly there was magic on the screen.
To Laverne, if in heaven we don't meet, hand in hand we'll bear the heat. And if it ever gets too hot, Pepsi-Cola
Hits the spot.
There's better guys. Handsome, rich guys with class. And a home. I'm dying for an
want something?
Yeah, get me a milk and Pepsi.
Yes, it was.
You two were hysterical. To go out there in front of a full house and act like two total idiots? Oh, there's got to be a place for you in television.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7, 8. Flamingo, Flamingo, Haas and Pepper Incorporated.
We're gonna do it. Give us any chance, we'll take it.
We just any rule, we'll break it. Oh, I think Sadie needs to go.
Break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. Nothing's gonna turn us back now. Straight ahead
And on the track now.
We're gonna make our
We watched a couple of streams ago. We watched the Wayne's World remake of this, which was so great.
dreams come true. Doing it
Good evening, and welcome to the Laverne and Shirley reunion. Tonight, join us as we celebrate our 20th anniversary, starring Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams,
on your mark and set and go now.
Michael McKean and David L. Landon.
I think Michael McKean's the only one that's still alive. I think out of the four main stars, and Carmine I think is passed as well, and then Gary Marshall. So I think everybody is passed except for Michael McKean.
We're gonna make that dream come
Eddie Mecca,
and we'll do it our way.
Gary Marshall,
Yes, okay.
and Henry Winkler.
Yes, our way. Make our dreams come true.
Longer than you.
Oh, this is also wonderfully familiar. Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. I gotta tell you, it is weird to walk through that door again. I came through it a few times to visit those two wild and crazy girls who lived on the other side of town from my friends, the Cunninghams. Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams. They first appeared as Laverne and Shirley on Happy Days in 1975. And soon after that, they were stars of their own.
Oh my God, Lou. It's crazy to do a 20-year reunion. That's like an Office reunion today. Yeah, that would exactly be an Office reunion. Isn't that nuts?
Own series, which, by the way, was the only show to debut as #1 in the ratings. And it stayed there.
Yeah.
Laverne and Shirley became part of that.
Henry Winkler, to me, Henry Winkler just got better and better with every project he did. I loved him in Arrested Development. He was fantastic. He was great in Parks and Recreation. He was so good. And he was great in Barry. Like, he's just been really, really great and stuff.
Select list of great comedy partnerships like Ralph Cramden and Ed Norton, Lucy and Ethel, and like those shows that came before them, Laverne and Shirley was a marriage of two very different personalities.
All I see is like his daughter in Parks and Recreation, Mona Lisa, being like, "Money, please." She is the worst. Oh my God. Yeah, The Office has been off since 2013, but it started in 2005. And Laverne and Shirley started in 1975, and they were doing a 20th anniversary in 95. So that's kind of the comparison.
But no matter what happened,
Yep.
they always remained
Mona Lisa
best
Saperstein.
Oh, look at this, Shirley. It's a rumpus room. No, it's not a rumpus room. You can't rumpus in there. It's a kitchen. It's beautiful.
Well, there are no major or minor appliances in there.
It's got a sink, a perfectly good sink with perfectly good water. We could live on Kool-Aid.
Yeah, this stream is going deep. Yeah, so make it the 50th anniversary of Laverne and Shirley this year. My God. Oh yeah, Night Shift. Yep. Royal Pains. I have not seen Royal Pains. He was the dad in Royal Pains. Crazy. All right. We're not going to watch this whole thing because it's 45 minutes long, but I just wanted to bring it up. So television commercials aired in 95 on various networks. This is from Arwen's page.
The Simpsons will be right back.
I'll be right back.
When you're through providing your own action for the evening, it's Blockbuster's turn. With 9,000 ways to make it a blockbuster night.
The moon is rising. The passion is growing. The animal is out. Nicholson, Pfeiffer, Wolf, from Columbia TriStar Home Video, rated R.
Or there's a planet where nothing costs more than $1 and your biggest decision is what color probe to drive. Maybe there's a world where everybody's job is just to go to the beach and you get a Mustang convertible as a company car. Ford. Cool cars for a cool planet.
The most acclaimed movie of the year, nominated for 7 Academy Awards, including Best Actor, Best Director, Best Screenplay, and Best Picture of the Year.
That's a bold statement.
Pulp Fiction, rated R, now playing.
Bigger than the Titanic. Why didn't you tell me this was a cruise for fat women?
You didn't ask me.
More fun than the Poseidon Adventure.
Once again, Jolly Rancher puts maximum taste in a minimum space with new Jolly Rancher Tropical Blends candy. Fruit fusion of massive proportion. You can experiment with all 5 exotic combinations. New Jolly Rancher Tropical Blends, the great taste of fruit, squared.
Have you had your break today? We all need to get away. There's one place that's on your way. McDonald's is your break today. Have you had your break today? Oh, big time. Easy does it McDonald's way. Take the break of smiling face. Oh, yeah, yeah. Have you had your break today? Have you had your break today?
Value City brings you part of a $20 million buyout.
The entire warehouse inventory from one of the leading juniors and young men's national specialty store chains.
Famous labels, the hottest looks, all the savings up to 90%.
Young men's t-shirts and denim shorts, not $10 to $30, only $5.99 and $12.99.
Junior's denim shorts.
And the Dead is the most entertaining film of the year.
Say that again.
It's the most entertaining film of the year.
Congratulations.
You'll have a wonderful time. Want to play poker with me, little lady?
Looks like you're having a pretty good time playing with yourself.
It's loads of fun. You're pretty.
You're not.
Don't miss the year's wildest ride.
Sign me up.
Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, The Quick and the Dead, rated R. At theaters now.
After all these years, my competitors are still waiting for us to get soft. I guess they think eventually I'll just retire. Then everyone around here can take it easy. Next thing you know, our chicken won't be as fresh. Maybe we'll stop feeding them so well, or inspecting them quite so carefully. Maybe Purdue chickens won't have more breast meat than everyone else. Well, gentlemen, if that's what you're thinking, I've got some bad news for you. It's a little project I've been working on for the past 45 years, the result of decades of intensive development. Meet my son, Jim. He may be even tougher than I am.
I have to be. My name and money back guarantee are on every bird I sell.
This could be my greatest achievement yet.
Look, I'm going back to the office. What are you going to do?
I think I'll take a vacation.
Check this out, man. We rolling this way.
Get ready to roll into the second half of the season as the Cavs travel to Milwaukee to challenge the Bucks. Tip-off 8:30 tonight here on Channel 43. America's favorite domestic goddess is on Channel 43, and family life will never be the same again. Roseanne, weeknights at 7:30 on Channel 43.
The flapjacks are still flapping around.
They're back,
Potato sack race.
and they're still groovy.
The new John Brady.
Far out.
All right, this is a car jack. Well, of course this is a car.
But my name's not Jack. It's Greg.
Neato,
What'd you bring? Pork chops and applesauce.
and out of sight.
Dinner's ready.
The Brady Bunch movie.
I'll never be a teen model.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 17th at theaters everywhere.
And batting third, Babe Ruth.
He was the most powerful hitter of all time. Was it that perfectly honed piece of hickory that led to all those home runs? Or was it
Dale is going to
something
make a quick appearance here.
Was it the chewy caramel, the nougat, and the crunchy roasted peanut-packed power of a Baby Ruth? Maybe.
And here's the pitch. And there it
Okay,
goes.
never mind.
Oh, my, how does he do it?
Maybe. Baby Ruth from Nestle.
I tried to
This
get him
baby
in to hang out for a
gets you
second.
going.
They're trying to help you
Mom,
find what
pretty
to
good
wear,
commercial
but they're
here.
really just wearing you out.
You know what? I'm going to try these on.
Since Twix gives you
That's good
chewy
later.
caramel, milk
Unless
chocolate,
there's
and that great
unless
cookie
there's food
crunch
involved.
twice, you get one great snack after another.
Yeah, baby. Come here and say
Tonight
hi.
on House of Buggin'.
I'm so broke, I can't even pay attention.
Move over, Jerry Lewis. It's time for the Koji Telethon.
My checks are bouncing more than the whole cast of Baywatch. Okay.
House of Buggin'.
I don't hear you calling.
A brand new episode coming up next.
Yep, I'm a cat mom.
This exciting offer is available, but only for a limited time, so buy
constant
it
eye
now.
infection.
Why did they say that?
Yeah, like we're
I have a cat and a dog.
McDonald's famous original double cheeseburger and sausage McMuffin with egg are each just 95
I
cents, but only
inherited-
for a limited time, so
Well, I mean, I'm taking care of Sadie, my dad's Shih Tzu. And then my brother has Titus the Shih Tzu, and then I have Dale. So I have 2 Shih Tzus and a cat in my area. What do you want, Dale? Dale was named after Dale Doback from Step Brothers. My cat's name is Dale. His ears are fine, like Dale's ears. Dale's ears are fine, but his eyes, he always has this little goo coming out. We've tried we've taken him to the vet a couple of times, and the medicines just don't work. So we just try to, we just try to keep it cleaned up, and he's fine. No, I have just one cat. I have one cat named Dale, and then I have 2 Shih Tzus, 2 dogs, one named Sadie and one named Titus. Yeah, he does look like a Dale, doesn't he? What, baby? What's wrong? Let me see your eyes. Come here. No. All right, he's being a butt. I'm going to go back to the commercial for just a second. I'm going to go put him outside. Dale is an indoor-outdoor cat, so he comes in to eat, and then he's outside the rest of the time. Yeah, it's my little eye. Yeah, his eyes get a little crusty. He gets a little goo that comes out and it gets crusty, and I got to clean him up all the time. We've tried different kinds of medicines, gone to the vet, and it just nothing works. He's had an eye issue since he was a baby, since I got him. But yeah, he's my little kitty cat. The first cat I've ever had, only cat I'll ever have. Yeah, Dale's outside chilling most of the time. Most of the time, he's either on the roof of the house or he's on the porch. He just stays on the property. He doesn't run off or, he goes outside. He doesn't use a litter box. He goes potty outside. So it's pretty great. It's a pretty nice way to have a cat, an indoor-outdoor. Now, and once it gets colder, like now, so it's starting to get into fall, he'll be inside more often. But during the spring and summer, he's outside. If he's not eating, he's outside. Okay. I'm going to play some commercials for just a little bit longer, and I'm going to put Dale outside. I'll be right back. BRB.
buy it now.
Our warming temperatures mean danger on the ice. That story at 10.
On the cutting edge of medical science.
You never revived anyone after 120 minutes.
In the uncharted corridor between life and death.
You were able to bring your husband back.
An experiment has gone wrong.
You crossed over. You brought something back with you.
Terribly wrong.
I'm Regina.
I know.
Do you have a daughter?
No!
From the chilling bestseller by Dean Koontz.
Tell me what I should do. Tell me.
Believe me.
Hideaway, rated R. At theaters March 3rd.
Throat needs soothing? Reach for new Celestial Seasoning Soothers. Real fruit juice flavor in all natural herbal throat drops. Not too sweet, not too strong. Sore throat relief that's just right. Celestial Seasoning Soothers.
Because we don't all have the same face, there's the Schick Tracer.
The Schick Tracer. Love it. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that commercial break. I didn't lose too many of you, it looks like. Okay. 1995. Here is some behind the scenes footage of Clueless. One of my favorite movies of the 90s.
Is that the entertainment tonight? Hi, John Tesha.
Rolling.
Marker.
Set. Background. Action.
Oh my God, it's not even 8:30 and Murray is paging me already.
What's up, woman? How come you don't be answering my pages?
I hate
What's up, woman?
when you call me woman. I hate when you call me woman.
Where you been all weekend? What's up? You jeeping behind my back?
Jeeping? No, but speaking of vehicular sex, perhaps you can explain how this cheap Kmart hair extension got to the back
hair, not
seat of your car.
polyester.
I do not wear polyester hair.
I do not wear
okay?
polyester hair. That's
I
what
do
it is.
not wear polyester hair, okay? Unlike some people I know, like Shawana. When you pick up your saggy ass pants and get to stepping, you make me sick.
Where you going?
That's a cut.
In 1994, E.T.
Oh,
was
no,
totally.
you're missing out. If you were in high school or middle school, high school, even first year of college around that time, like I was, like this was the teen movie. Like for me, this is like the ultimate Zennial movie. You know, Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink and all that is supposed to be Gen X teen movies. But I was, 5, 6, 7 years old when those movies came out, 8, 9. But Clueless came out the year I graduated from high school. And this, to me, is my teen high school movie. It's based on Jane Austen's Emma. This was around the same time that the Jane Austen Renaissance was coming. Sense and Sensibility had just come out the year before Emma Thompson's movie. Emma Thompson and Kate Winslet in 94. And then 95 was the year of the BBC Pride and Prejudice, which was one of my favorite miniseries of all time. And then Emma came out in like 96 with Gwyneth Paltrow. But Clueless is the updated version of Jane Austen's Emma.
Bugging at Bronson Alcott High alongside the cast of Clueless as they filmed the now cult classic all about the self-obsessed teens of Beverly Hills.
We're going very, very overboard.
Engelbert, you're killing me,
We
Smalls.
have many people with nose jobs and chin jobs, which I was trying to figure out because I don't know what like a young girl would have done to her chin.
I love Dazed and Confused as well, and it was very much a representation of my high school in a lot of ways, even though it was set in 76. And I was watching Bridget Fettisty was doing a video on she did a video on Dazed and Confused not too long ago. And she made a really interesting point how kids in the 90s, when you were a teenager in the 90s in high school, and we watched Dazed and Confused, we still were able to relate to it almost completely, even though it was set in 1976, because not much had really changed as far as, you still had the TV with just a few channels. Maybe somebody had cable, but not everybody. And then you still had the local hangout that was before the internet. And you had your music on the radio, and you all hung out at the field to go party and, have a keg party in the middle of wherever. So there was kids in the 90s in high school could still relate very much to that movie, even though it was set, 18 years before. And so, but you couldn't do that today. Like if you have a movie about high school from 2006, 2008, kids in 2025 couldn't relate to it at all. So I thought that was a very interesting point about Dazed and Confused.
Plastic surgeon doesn't want me doing any activity where balls fly at my nose.
Oh, yeah. My plastic surgeon doesn't want me doing any activity where balls fly at my nose. Well, there goes your social life.
Doing any activity where balls fly at my nose.
Well, there goes your social life.
This isn't the Breakfast Club. We're definitely extreme characters.
Love
We're an
Empire
ensemble
Records.
of definitely very quirky, weird people shares a
next Rex Manning Day. We'll have a special live stream in April for the next Rex Manning Day. Trust and believe. Reality Bites was a good one as well. I loved Reality Bites. That came out when I was in high school. They were a little bit older than me because they were graduating college in Reality Bites, and I was, a sophomore, junior in high school. But I still loved it.
Very happy girl. She's happy. She goes around trying to please everybody. Come here, I'll take care of you, and I'll fix you up.
Hang with us. Oh, thank you.
She's controlling, but not in a bad way.
It is one thing to spark up a doobie and get laced at parties, but it is quite another to be fried all day.
Do you see the distinction? Here, Dion is very self-absorbed. Herself is the most important thing. That's it.
I'm a wannabe. I'm trying to be a gangster. What I see on TV, I think it's real.
I went to Beverly. I went to the school it's about, oddly enough. So I know exactly what it was like being the obnoxious skater kid in the school.
There he is.
It's a lot.
Singles. That was a good one too. We should have a night of 90s movies like that. Like Singles, Empire Records, Clueless, all the, She's All That. What was the one with Jennifer Love Hewitt? That was a little bit later. Can't Hardly Wait. I think that's what it was called. All those 90s teen movies. No, Chris Farley died in 97. Tommy Boy came out in 95. I'm even wearing the Callahan Auto shirt. Yeah, Toy Story came out in 95 and revolutionized animation. Yes. Mallrats, another fantastic one. I loved Mallrats. Yeah, let's do a night of like 90s teen movies, Kevin Smith movies. We should do that on Discord too and have like a movie marathon and watch a bunch of those movies together. That'd be fun. That will definitely be fun. Let's watch the trailer for Clueless. If I have it. Yeah, here's the trailer for Clueless.
So, okay, like right now, for example, the Haitians need to come to America. But some people are all, what about the strain on our resources? And it's like, when I had this garden party for my father's birthday, right? People came that like did not RSVP. So I was like totally bugging. I had to haul ass to the kitchen, squish in extra place settings, and like people were on mismatched chairs and all. But by the end of the day, it was like the more the merrier. And so if the government could just get to the kitchen, rearrange some things, we could certainly party with the Haitians.
She actually mispronounced Haitians and they didn't correct her, which I love. Jessica Lee, $5, usual good night super chat. Sorry, it's 11:20 and I worked all day. Take good care, Nat. Still sending love and good vibes. Thank you, Jessica. I'm glad you could hang out a little bit longer this time. Get some sleep. I'm the same way, Miss Starlight. I love the teen high school genre. I love it so much. And it's just not really even a thing anymore. Or if you did have a teenage high school movie today, it'd have to be on screens. Yeah, Mallrats is great. Clerks was 94, Mallrats was 95. I'm right up there with you, B-Heart. Mallrats is one of my favorites. I actually saw Mallrats before I saw Clerks. I rented them. I rented Mallrats not knowing what it was, and then loved it so much that I went and rented Clerks, and then got totally into Kevin Smith that whole decade. Oh yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You. Was that the 90s or was that 2000s? My fave Kevin Smith movie is definitely Mallrats. Even though it's considered one of his worst, or it was a box office bomb, there's just something about that movie that I love so much. Melissa, $20. Can't wait to join your Discord. I'm not always big on reality shows or horror, but being Gen X, I always make room for real world New York. And close to this time, the Halloween 6 with Paul Rudd was such 95, 96 ambience. Ooh, that's good. I'll put Halloween 6 on. I'm making my list of Discord movies to watch this month in October. I'll put that on there. That's a good idea. Here, I'll put my let me put my Discord link in the chat so you guys can, those of you that want to join the Discord, it's completely free. And you can come over and we can watch movies together, hang out and chat about all kinds of different Gen X stuff. There's your Discord link right there. Thank you so much, Melissa. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to be doing more with the Discord. And like I said, when I put out for 2026, I'm going to put out those movie lists. And I'll be playing some of them on the Discord next year. Yeah, Chasing Amy was good. I mean, I love all of Kevin Smith movies for different reasons. I even love like the Jay and Silent Bob reboot and Clerks 3. Like, I loved them all for their own, in their own way. Anything in the View Askewniverse, I really love. But I think Mallrats is my favorite. Yeah, I don't get the Mallrats hate either. I don't either. I think it's so fun. The Halloween 6 producer's cut is the better version. All right, I'll remember that.
You guys talk like grown-ups.
Oh, well, this is a really good school.
Mr. Hall was way harsh. He gave me a C-.
Well, he gave me a C, which tracks on my entire average.
I think this was the first high school movie where they had cell phones. I think.
Hello, there was a stop sign.
I totally paused. We tried driving in platforms.
Oh, yeah, The Craft.
Should I write them a note?
That was a good one.
Ew, get off of me. As if.
Cher's got attitude about high school boys.
It's a personal choice every woman has got to make for themselves.
Cher said,
You haven't seen Clerks 3, Will? If you've seen Clerks 1 and 2, or if you're a View Askewniverse person at all, I recommend Clerks 3. It's a bit of a love letter to all of that and to the fandom and to the movies themselves. And I think it's definitely worth the watch. I rewatched it about a month ago, and it's for fans of, for those of us that grew up with the movie and loved it in the 90s. It's a love letter to Clerks fans. It's pretty great.
saving herself for Luke Perry.
Cher, you're a virgin? I mean, I'm not prude. I'm just highly selective. I mean, you see how picky I am about my shoes, and they only go on my feet.
Nice stems.
Thanks.
What the hell is that?
A dress.
Says who?
Calvin Klein.
A supermodel. I agree, Zen. I'm not really a fan of Kevin Smith anymore. Like his new stuff, his current stuff, anything he does outside of the View Askewniverse, I'm not really a fan of. And that He-Man remake was rough.
What are you doing? Yo, you get on the freeway. Get on the freeway.
You go, girl.
Yeah, don't.
Are you okay?
Don't watch Tusk. Whatever. This was the first time I ever saw Paul Rudd. I don't know about you guys, but this was my first experience with Paul Rudd, and I loved him immediately because in a couple of different scenes, he wears a KU baseball cap, and I was just so excited that Jayhawks were getting some representing in a big movie. And he's from Kansas City, right? And went to KU for a little while, so yeah, and he doesn't age. He looks the exact same.
Plastic surgeon doesn't want me doing any activity where balls fly at my nose.
Well, there goes your social life. I'm gonna be a supermodel.
I love the opening line. I know what you all are thinking. Like, is this a Noxema commercial or what? Oh, I love it. Love it so much. What else do I got saved in the 95? Oh, here we go. This was a big one. A big one. Because this is when I first started smoking weed.
Now, your mama told me what happened to you yesterday. How the hell you gonna get fired
on your
day off?
Damn! Look, she bending over. Hi, Miss Parker. Hi, boy. Miss Parker just don't know. Come here. What's up, Big Perm? I mean, Big Worm? If you ain't got my money, I'm killing you and him. You don't drag me into this? I'm used to stealing. Get in and get out. Hey, come Debo, give me your stuff.
You want me to ask for
They
my
really
bike
are.
back? What bike? The one I let you use a couple of weeks ago. Oh, that bike. Wait!
Damn!
Count out my money.
40, 60, 80, 120, 140.
I don't think you're applying yourself, Smokey.
Wow.
Lord have mercy.
Just give me 3.5 minutes. Maybe even 4. Hey, who is that?
Oh, no.
Drive by! What's going on? I don't know. It sounds like machine guns.
So you gonna loan me the money or not?
I wouldn't feel comfortable lending you $200 without a job.
If I was working, I wouldn't need $200.
Exactly.
Now, Dana told me about that big snake situation.
Big worm.
Big worm, big hole, big... I don't give a damn!
Really? They're making Last Friday and Chris Tucker, etc. Really? I might watch that, maybe. I get so nervous when they touch my stuff from the 80s and 90s.
I'm gonna kill you and Smokey.
You need a job.
You need a wig.
Ooh.
Damn! What you hooking me up with that girl for? Talking about she look like Janet Jackson. Control. Got out the car looking more like Freddie Jackson.
Oh, my back, my neck! I'm suing y'all! I want 150,000, but I'll set out of court right now for $20.
Ice Cube, Chris Tucker, Bernie Mac, Johnny Witherspoon, Tiny Zeus Lister, and Mia Long. Friday.
Don't ever come by here. Okay?
Directed by F. Gary Gray.
Bye, Felicia. Pause. All right. That was fun. That was super fun. Let's do Tommy Boy. Let's do some clips from Tommy Boy. I don't know which one do I want to watch. Let's see. Let's just watch a little. We'll do a montage.
Did you hear I finally graduated?
Yeah, and just a shade under a decade, too. All right.
You know, a lot of people go to college for 7 years.
Yeah,
I know.
They're called doctors.
Whoa! Hey, you're coming off too fast. How you doing?
I need fresh capital for material, for a new workforce, before I can turn these machines on.
Look out. I've got cat-like speed and reflexes.
Now, in 23 years, have I ever said no to you, huh?
Why say no when it feels so?
Do I remember Prince's AMA performance? I don't. I do not remember. Maybe we'll bring it up here in a second. Batman Forever was 95. There was so many movies in 95.
Specs on the end line for the rotary girder.
Hi. Okay.
Let's look.
Let's go. Yes, sir.
Hey, Chucko, that doesn't smell like mud.
Oh, here.
Oh man, that's
I'm
cold.
a maniac.
I'm a maniac.
Maniac.
On the floor. And I'm dancing like I've never danced before.
I can't. So, 95. Let's just start naming them off here. What we got? We got Empire Records, Showgirls, Crimson Tide, Now and Then, The Brady Bunch Movie, Dead Man Walking, Casino, The American President, How to Make an American Quilt, Boys on the Side, Mad Love. Oh my God. Watched a lot of that. Babysitter's Club movie came out that year. Mr. Holland's Opus. Freaking love that movie. Love that movie. Father the Bride Part 2. What do we got here? 7. Oh my God. How can we forget 7? Johnny Mnemonic. I need to revisit Johnny Mnemonic. I saw somebody in there saying that they were watching that. That's a good one. Casper, Dolores Claiborne, Nixon, To Die For, the Nicole Kidman movie. Mallrats, we already talked about that. Higher Learning came out that year. 12 Monkeys came out that year. Outbreak came out that year. Boy, Die Hard with a Vengeance, American President. Good God. The Net came out that year. Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. Seriously. Like, it's amazing I did anything outside of the movie theater. Bad Boys. Yes. And Usual Suspects. Yes. We saw 7 and Usual Suspects back to back and we're frightened of Kevin Spacey. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Yeah, 95 was a solid movie year. 94, 95, like, it's ridiculous. Apollo 13. Ooh, was Demolition Man 95? 93. Demolition Man was 93. Close. But yeah, like, there's just so much good stuff. We could watch movies from 1995 for weeks. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Cole Trickle says, I'm watching Johnny Mnemonic. The DVD I got just starts playing the movie. It doesn't start from a menu screen. Oh, really? That's interesting. Is it just because it's one of those, like, I have, like, a couple of really cheap DVDs. Like, it's not, like, the official releases of any kind. They're just, like, they don't even play. They might play a trailer and then it goes to the movie. Like, yeah, there's no menu. I wonder why that is. Hackers. I think you're right. I think that's 95. Yep. That was during my Johnny Lee Miller phase. Oh, I thought he was the cutest thing ever. Who is Kaiser Soze? Strange Days was 94. Okay. Braveheart. Was Braveheart 94 or 95? 95. Wow. We could just talk about 95 movies forever. So good. So good. Okay. We're going to take a short break from 1995 because I wanted to show you guys this for those of you that didn't see it. This is a little off of 95. We're going to 98, but still. Dawson's Creek had their reunion last week. But James Van Der Beek got sick at the last minute and couldn't be there. But he did a video for everybody. And I don't know if, I'm sure most of you are probably, I'm a Dawson's Creek person. I still love it forever. But yeah, don't get mad, Nelson. Oh, Billy Madison was 95. That's right. Yeah, I want you guys to see a little bit of this reunion. I want you to see James. James isn't going to be with us. He's a Gen Xer, born in 77, I believe, 78 maybe, but he's not going to be with us very much longer. I want you guys to hold on. Boop, ba-da. Okay, so here's the whole cast. They came out. You have you turn the volume down. I'm only going to be doing this for a couple minutes. We're not going to get off to Dawson's Creek because it's not 95 appropriate. But I wanted you to see this. I have Dawson's Creek on DVD as well, the box set. So here's the whole cast. You can see them all. And I mean, everybody was there except for James. And so you know that he's really, really sick in order to not go to this. So you have Michelle Williams, Katie Holmes, Joshua Jackson, Busy Phillips right here in the middle. Then you have Mary Margaret Hume and the dad, I can never think of his name, John Wesley Shipp, and all of that. So they were all there. And then James shows up on a video. I want you guys to see James. If you haven't seen it yet, brace yourself. But I just wanted to give him a little love because I was surprised Gramps was still alive as well. But I want you to see James Van Der Beek here real quick because I don't know how much longer we're going to have him around. So he's a Gen Xer. I loved Dawson's Creek. So here's James Van Der Beek now.
In person. And just, I wanted to stand on that stage and thank every single person in this theater for being here tonight. From the cast to the crew to everybody who's donated time and been so generous, and especially every single last one of you are the best fans in the world. Thank you for coming here. I know long distances. It's absolutely humbling just how much enthusiasm there's been for this night, and I just want to say thank you.
There you go. Yeah. If you guys want here, I'm going to put the link to this video in the chat. So for those of you that would like to see it, the whole reunion, they don't show the actual, because they did a pilot read, and they don't have that part in the video, but they have everything else. So it's like 20-25 minutes long, and you can see all of the different cast members, and especially Joshua Jackson. Yeah, it's cancer. Yeah. So cancer can be so unfair. And this whole event was a fundraiser for F Cancer. So, and you could tell that they were really having a hard time holding back the tears, the cast, it's rough, but James's wife and daughters were there. His whole family was there because he has 6 kids. And so his wife and daughters were there, and they go up on stage for a bit, and they do sing the I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Let me see if we can get to that. That's not them. Hold on. Here's his wife and daughter. Kind of hard to see, but his wife is in the very, very middle of the screen in like the black and white floral. She's holding the little baby. I don't know if that's a little boy or a little girl. Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry about the Kleenex. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you want to watch him sing the I Don't Want to Wait song, it's on there and everything. So I put the link in the chat. So it's sad. But if you guys want to see it, it's there in the chat and you can go watch it. But I wanted to bring that up. even though it wasn't 95, but it was just very striking to see James, how he was on Dancing with the Stars like 2 years ago, and then he got his diagnosis not long after that. And his health has really declined, and it's effing sad. So F freaking cancer. Ugh. Makes me mad. Here on a happier note, here's another 90s star that just popped up on my feed randomly singing a song. And I was like, I'm going to save this and show my people. This is Jennifer Love Hewitt. This is from last fall. So this video's about 10 months old. This is Jennifer Love Hewitt singing Islands in the Stream. I know. It's just, yeah, she's great. She's really, really great. It's funny because I rewatched Ghost Whisperer not too long. It's one of my guilty pleasure shows. But the whole show, she's like in these full hair weave wigs and this full makeup with all these eyelashes, and she's just perfectly put together the whole show. And so it feels weird to see her without these big old eyelashes and full makeup. When she's saying, "How do I deal?" I think this is from 98, maybe. So we're a little off 95. Yeah, 98. So this is Jennifer in 98 with her hit song, "How Do I Deal?" The album was Bare Naked, was it?
Every day I wake up to another day gone by. Nothing but the open road and the never-ending why.
Oh, Bare Naked was 92. So this was from her self-titled album, Jennifer Love Hewitt, which came out in 96.
Anything can happen, yeah, but nothing ever does. I try to change, it's kind of strange, same as it ever was. But look at us, how do I deal with you? How do I deal with me? I don't even know myself or what it is you want from me. How do I deal with us? How do I know what's real?
That's right.
I don't even trust myself.
It was on the I Still Know What You Did Last Summer soundtrack. Yes. Oh, Nelson, line up. Yeah, this was very much my style in 96, like the tank tops and the jeans, and then like the Doc Marten shoes. That was very the boot cut jeans, the wife beater type tank tops. This was very much my style back then. Well, Nelson, you don't have to lighten up, but stop being such a bummer. I want to have some fun with some silly 90s music, if that's okay.
What it is I feel, and how do I deal?
There. Really?
Every night in the dark, I lie awake in bed. How am I supposed to dream with all the static in my head? Torn in all directions, and I pray for some relief. What can I do but feel the weight I'm underneath and grip my cheek? And how do I deal with you? How do I deal with me when I don't even know myself or what it is you want from me? And how do I deal with love? Why do I have to choose? Everybody's telling me what the hell I have to do. And how do I deal with love?
You gotta love it. Yeah, it's very Natalie Imbruglia before Natalie Imbruglia. Ooh, Sixpence None the Richer. Yes. We're going to have a night of like 97, 98 because that was the height of my college years, and there's so much from that time. Yay, Engelbert. Woo! We have some good times. I haven't seen I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. The one that came out like this past summer. I haven't seen it yet. I need to watch it. Let's see. You would love to see me in this outfit again. I need to lose like I was about less than half the size I am. Well, no, half the size I am now. I need to slim down a little. I still have some of my jeans from this era. I kept a lot of my clothes from this era because I loved them so much. So I still have a couple pairs of my Abercrombie jeans from 98. There's just one pair of Abercrombie jeans that I had back then that I kept because they looked so amazing on me. I didn't want to ever get rid of them, but I can't fit into them now. So that's what I should do for my weight loss goal. I should hang up my old Abercrombie jeans and make that my goal. Have my hair done that way. I could get I can get my blonde frosted highlights there. Have it very grungy. I have a shag right now. It's a more of a 70s shag, but it's still a Rachel haircut. Oh, yay, Engelbert joined. Yay, thank you. Yeah, those tank tops, I'm not as small and cute in my arms anymore as I was back then with my little white beater tank tops. You dropped from 250 to 180? I need to do that. I need to do that ASAP. I still have 32-inch waistbands in my closet and a dream. I'm going to have to get out my bin of clothes at some point and show you guys. Show you guys all the stuff that I kept from back then. I still have my original pair of Birkenstocks that I bought in 1995. Those things have seen some things. Yeah, this is when I fit the pants I own consistently. Guys, I have got to get up and start moving around. I know I've been talking about losing weight for a couple months now, but I haven't even started. I get so messed up and I have a good day and then I go off the rails. Like it's bad. I need some discipline in my life. I am 47 years old. There is no reason that I should be this undisciplined when it comes to eating and weight loss. Oh, fasting. Yeah, I'm getting to where I am only eating a couple of times a day. I'm trying to do the intermittent stuff where I keep it in a certain window. Yes, I'm an old lady. But I need some discipline. You kept your clothes from 2011. It was like having a new wardrobe. It kind of is. You still have your jean jacket from 2nd grade? That's amazing. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. I'm just going all over the place tonight. What else did I have of 95? Oh, I'm going to show you guys okay. So when I was in high school, I always had a video camera with me. I had a really tiny little Sony Handycam camcorder. And we had a TV station at my high school that I helped run because I was the student executive producer, station manager person. So I always had a video camera with me. And so I took advantage of that my senior year. And I took all of the footage and stuff that I had shot over those 4 years, and I made it into a senior video yearbook, and I sold it to all of my classmates for $15 a pop and made quite a bit of money for a 17-year-old. I was very proud of myself. So I still have that. I still have the video. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch my senior video, but I am going to show you a little bit of it. So you can see what I was doing back in 1995. I had to change a lot of the music on here. Yeah, you're going to get to see more of my home videos. It's true. Okay. Now I had to change the music on it for copyright reasons. So let's see. I had an opening. It was the 95 highlights or 95 things from high school or something along those lines. Boop. So a lot of the stuff remotely, again, these are home movies. So this is what I made as a 17-year-old. 95 highlights of high school. How much do you recognize? So homecoming spirit week, building floats for high school homecoming parade, These are just us messing around in different classrooms or doing different things. So, high school pep rallies. Missouri. We're in Southeast Missouri. I'm on the dance team here. This is my freshman year. The cheerleading squad. I'm in Southeast Missouri, small town in Missouri. About an hour south of St. Louis. My town at the time, my town had about 10,000 people in it. Now it has about 15,000. But there's me. Hold on. Pause. So yeah, about 8,000, the banks, I know, right? So that's me on the left, my best friend Julie on the right. We're still besties to this day. She lives about half a mile from me. Where the men are women and where the men are men and the sheep are nervous. I see what you did there. There's about 800 people in my high school, about 200 per class, and about 10,000 people in the town. Next, okay, this is homecoming week in my town. Friday night's a homecoming parade, homecoming game, and then Saturday, all the different classes are having their reunions. I'm having mine on Saturday afternoon. I will be taking a video camera with me to shoot some of the. I'm going to go to the parade, and I'm going to show you the parade. I'm going to show you my hometown a little bit, and then I'm going to take video footage from the reunion and all that good stuff. So, be on the lookout for that. Yes, I was setting the tone for fashion, let me tell you. Look how tiny I was. Look how thin I was. Oh, I had a big rack. It's just every woman in my family has a ginormous rack. So I was 17 and like needing surgery. Yeah, my classmates will be thrilled of me bringing video, of taking video. I'll get their permission. I won't take video of them if they don't want me to. But I put a lot of our high school videos on my channel, Natalie's VHS Vault, all my home movies. And so we're going to be playing a lot of those videos at the reunion and stuff. This was a special night of it was a special talent show. And this was a sketch between it was started off as New Kids on the Block, and then they get beat up by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. So that's what this is. So the New Kids are out doing their dance, and then Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch run on stage and start beating them up. So that was their comedy sketch for the talent show. It's too heady for you? Yeah, there's me interviewing Joe Torre at spring training. Our band marching at St. Louis. So this is just high school in the 90s is what this is. Why, thank you, Robert. So a lot of it is just pep rallies and just being goofy and, sporting events. Talent shows. So I interviewed Joe Torre. He was the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals at the time. I went down to spring training. In 92 and 93. So that's me there on the right. Hair blowing in the wind. I have the full video. Maybe I'll show it to you someday. So that's me on the right, and then that's Joe Torre there on the left when he was, he would have loved me. This is when he was a Cardinals manager before he went to the Yankees. I'll have to find the long version of the video when it's not just a clip. But, yeah, he was being nice. He's not caring much, but, yep, Hall of Famer. So for those of you that are new here that don't know, I was a television sports reporter in the late 90s and early 2000s. That was what I went to college for, to do sports reporting. Yeah, he also managed the Dodgers. Yeah. What was Public Enemy doing at this time? My brother. Dave is 2 years younger than me, so he was there. He was in the stands. watching. But yeah. He was just doing it. He was on his skateboard or at the golf course. That's what Public Enemy, my brother, was doing at the time. So yeah, Joe Torre. I was a little go-getter back then, going to get my press passes and stuff when I was in high school. So, dance team, cheer squad. Football team. This is a pep rally. This is a senior class. Of course, I'm always behind the camera, like 99% of the time. So you don't get to see me very much. I've lived a very unique life. That is true. That's at the old McDonald's where we had a fundraiser called McJail for Project Graduation. We got prom. Yeah, lots of highs and lots of lows in the life, but very unconventional. So I got out of television news in 2005 was when I stopped working at actual television stations. This is my town right here. This is a homecoming parade. No, it's okay. But I got out of corporate media. I just didn't want to be involved in corporate media. It's a rough world that I just didn't want to be a part of anymore. It just changed. It just turned into something that I didn't want to be a part of. So I got out of it, wanted to make some money. So I worked for Camel, our homecoming queen. Worked for Camel Cigarettes after that for a few years. I take that back. I ran a family video for a year, and then I got into working for Camel. So nowadays I'm doing YouTuber and all that stuff. So I don't do any actual TV stuff. Oh, really? I'm the second one? you love women sports reporters? I try. No, I didn't win homecoming queen. Yeah, female sports reporters back then was, definitely more of a rare thing, and it was very difficult at times because trying to get access to interviews in locker rooms at the time. But it's kind of funny because, graduation. But I feel like women sports reporters now, for the most part, are really hard to watch. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. The whole sideline reporter bullshit that they ask. What do you got to do in the second half to get your defense back on track? What do you got to say to your team to do this or that? It's just I don't know. I just like to watch guys do sports casting and interviews. It's just more interesting to me. I like to watch guys play sports more than I like to watch females. Now, if it's like a school thing, watching my niece or something do that's fun. But pro sports, and even college sports, I prefer men's sports. Always have. Yeah, insert sports cliches. I said last week that if I had to do it all over again, I would get into sports financial management for athletes that, get their one big contract and then blow it all and have nothing left. I wish I would have gotten into that because I had a couple of friends that got into the NBA and signed some massive contracts, and I wish I would have gotten into that angle instead of the media angle. I've never watched female MMA, to be honest. I can't stand women's basketball. I think women's basketball is it's why anyone would want to watch that outside of watching your daughter play in high school, why anybody would watch. I used to always say, but even back then in the 90s when I was a sports reporter, I used to always joke that, I don't mind if women play sports just as long as they don't put it on television. Did I ever have to do interviews in the men's locker room? Yes, I did. Now, Mondo, thank you so very much. Yeah, I could have told them that they don't need 6 Ferraris. That was my goal. In the interviews now, men's locker room in the college for the college level. Now at KU for basketball, they had a media room where you would go afterwards, and the Chiefs had a media room where you would go in afterwards. But KU football didn't have, and K-State football, you had to go into the locker rooms. Now I do take that back. For Kansas City Chiefs, you did have locker room access during the preseason, but not during the actual season. So you could go in and do interviews in the locker rooms in the preseason. So yes, I did have some locker room access there for a time. I preferred, what did I see in the men's locker room? Mostly towels and t-shirts and shorts. Every once in a while you'd see a bare ass or whatever, but it was pretty rare. And I was usually one of the only females in there. In 97, 98, 99. I was oftentimes the only female in there, and they were very respectful and kind. After they got to know me, when you're there at first, it can be a little awkward, but once they know you and you're there every week or every game, you're good. Okay, let me show you. I have the actual senior video that I made. I'm in there a couple of times. That's the montage. We need a montage. Let's see. We gotta find me. Gotta make it all about me. But honestly, I didn't put myself in this very much because that's just not what I do. Oh, here's I think I've probably shown this to you guys before, but this is me and my friends, and I was in a group called Choraliers, which was like the highest level choir singing group at school. It was the glee club. It was the show choir. And my choir director actually just passed away this past week. So rest in peace to Mr. V. I'm going to go to his funeral next week, which is so sad. But here's me and fellow choraliers singing at our graduation. But again, I'm behind the camera mostly. This is the one time I actually pop out in front of the camera. There I am on the right.
And only start to rest yourself when the silver moon
There I am.
is shining high above the tree.
I will see him again in Heaven's Choir. I'm super excited. That's the cool thing about knowing that Mr. Beast passed away, that I know that he's up in heaven with Jesus singing, and that makes me so happy. Because I can just see it. It's just a neat thing. He lived till he was 85, so he lived a good life, and those kind of thoughts bring me joy. Now, I'm on the right. My friend Amy is on the left. Amy is still one of my good friends. She lives just down the road. She's actually a dog groomer, and she grooms Sadie and Titus. Our colors are black and gold. So the coloring might look a little off on this, but we're black and gold. We're the knights. I love the Glee episodes of Community.
He's just a little grabby. One person that's in front of us, we're all the way on the other side of the road. On the other side, one person.
So that was my high school class lining up to go into the auditorium for graduation. And then we had this thing at night after graduation that we had to do. Well, it was to keep us from not going out and partying and doing drugs and drinking. It's called Project Graduation. Carrie, your song was Green Day or Vitamin C. Now, Vitamin C, that came out, I think, in like 97, maybe, the graduation song. Our prom theme, this is how my class was. We didn't like we didn't like current music to do all of our themes, so our prom theme was Freebird by Leonard Skinner. So that was our year. That was our year of music. But this is Project Graduation. So they put all of us on a bus, or a bunch of buses, and they took us to a big field house at a local college where they had like games and things prizes to win and things to do and food to eat and all kinds of fun stuff. On graduation, you're up all night, and it's kind of like the last night together as a class. So this is us on the bus going to Project Graduation. I can tell you all the guys I had crushes on if you'd like. That was Ricky Eves. He was the star football player. I had a crush on him. Oh, that's my friend Gotham. So yeah, school bus. Did you guys have Project Graduation? Yeah, Eaglebert, you did that. We're all wearing our Jostin t-shirts, class of '95 Jostins. So yeah, this is probably the last year that you'll see seniors, or maybe 96 might not have had them, but nobody had cell phones, nobody had pagers at this point. So this is what life looked like in 1995. Jostins worse than Lone Sharks. You're not right. Who did I end up dating? I actually did not date anyone in high school. I was not allowed to. I had very strict and conservative parents, and so I wasn't allowed to date. I could have courted. They would have allowed chaperone courting, but my parents wouldn't have allowed dating. So I didn't date until I got to college. I know it's sad. We're going to get to the gameplay here in a minute. So college, I went batshit. Yes and no. You know, I did it. I was so naive and dumb, and I really wish I could do it all over again. I didn't go batshit, but I had some fun. Let's put it that way. Wow, the night before your graduation, everybody was invited to someone's house for an all-night rager. Everyone was invited. We drank, we smoked, we got laid. It was a great time. That sounds like a fun night. Oh, you had to have a graduation by candlelight because of a storm. Wow. That's crazy. Did I have my Rumspringa? It was, you could say that. You could say I had a bit of a Rumspringa. Okay, there's me in the middle, Julie's on the right. And my friend Krista on the left. Doing a little time warp. We were having a good time. There's me on the left. This is true. This is true. It's electric. My beer is flat and flat. I ran into a guy. His name was MCA. I said howdy. He said hi. Yep, the ADD shirts. Unplugged game. Class of 93. Nice. Oh, thank you, Donald. I haven't uploaded to the Internet Archives. I do have a YouTube channel called Natalie's VHS Vault, and I upload everything to that. Pass the salt. Pass the goddamn salt. Nice. Yes, this is what we were doing. But we're learning to dance.
Now, dancer number 3, we're going to put our hands on our hips. And we're going to sway them from side to side 3 times. And then we're going to take
I always wonder about people that have these kind of gigs, these kind of jobs. This guy's like a college student,
2, 3, and hop.
being our DJ for the night.
Get you a couple seconds to get down here. 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Here we go. Right, 2, 3, go.
I have hours and hours and hours of stuff.
I'll give you everything I got, which isn't much, only worth about $35. Senior video and $25. For what?
So yeah, this was Project Graduation. This was Matt. This was my biggest high school crush right here. I don't know where he's at today. I hope he's at the reunion. That'd be great. I had such a crush on him. I know. I can't believe this was 30 years ago either. It's crazy. I still feel like if I don't go to bed early, I'm going to be late for homeroom and get a tardy slip or worse ISS. Totally. Oh, no, Will. I'll wrap this up here soon. We're having fun. We'll continue it on Friday because my Friday live stream will be short because it's homecoming night. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I might just do a live stream from homecoming instead of like from the studio. So we'll continue 95 stuff this Friday because it's my high school reunion week. So yeah, we'll see if we can find some of these people. And yes, 100% agree with you here, Beehart. Thank God I grew up before social media, so there's absolutely zero evidence of my stupid shit. Friday night's live streams are always at 8 o'clock Central. So that's what will be going on. So I'll be doing that on Friday. And then next Sunday, I'll have the members only live stream at Sunday at 8 o'clock. And then the following weekend, the weekend of the 10th and 11th, I'll be doing 2 live streams, one on Friday night, and then we're doing one Saturday noon live stream on the 11th, I think it is. And Jay Flex is going to be joining me again, the Gen Z reactor, and we're going to do a live stream together at Saturday at noon on the 11th. So I got 2 live streams per weekend for the next 2 weekends. So yeah, I'll live stream some of my I'll do some of the homecoming parade and the homecoming game. And then if people don't mind, I'll live stream from my reunion a little bit. But I'll at least record some things so I can show it to you guys later on. So, yeah. Okay. Make sure I got all of the super chats. I did. Okay. What else did I want to show you guys? Oh, yeah. Jesus versus Santa. This is the video that went around online and on VHS tapes that got South Park that got Comedy Central bought South Park when this came out from Trey Parker and Matt Stone. So this is what it's called, The Spirit of Christmas. This is what inspired South Park. Again, Jay is super cool. he's been in the United States for a little while and has been showing some of his videos from the US. But yeah, Jay and I decided we're going to get together every couple of months and do some live streams together because it's so much fun. I need to come up with some things to show him. So I'll make a post in the community page in the next week or so to get some ideas from you guys on what we want to show Jay on his next visit. I really appreciate the super chats more than you guys know, but I don't feel like I'm, like especially if you're a channel member, I will definitely show your stuff. But if you have a good comment, I'll throw it up there. Obviously super chats and members get priority, but I'm not going to ignore a good comment. Bastard, but they did kill Kenny in this, which was, of course. And I think they did all their animation with like construction paper. They had a very crude. Now I remember, because South Park came out in premiered in '97. I remember when it premiered. We had Comedy Central on nonstop in college, and we watched The Daily Show with Craig Kilborn, and we watched South Park, and then all of the stand-up. We're gonna have a '90s Comedy Central night on the live stream before the year is over. Yeah, what would Brian Boitano do? So yeah, we're gonna have a '90s Comedy Central night soon, because I mean that was my college, was Comedy Central. That's about all we had on. So much good stuff. Do you guys remember going to see the South Park movie, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut? Oh my God. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life as I did watching that in the theaters. That was nuts. Absolutely nuts. Oh, yes. I think that's when I was introduced to MST3K, was Comedy Central. I think. Yeah, and then all the SNL reruns. Yes. When you saw the movie, there were two little old ladies sitting in front of us giggling the whole time. I never felt so dirty in my life. Yeah, they did. They played a lot of random Police Academy movies. They played a lot of random movies on a loop, and that's where you would, get into them. Oh, man. But I remember the very first South Park video because it was called Cartman Gets an Anal Probe, was the original name of it. I think they've changed the name since then. But it had to do with aliens, and he got abducted by aliens, and then they put him back on Earth, and then in order to communicate with Earth, a big satellite dish would pop up out of Cartman's ass. And that was the first episode. Oh my God. Old school. Okay. What have I got left here to share with you guys before I call it a night? Playlists. I always save a bunch of stuff and then forget what I've saved to show you. I'm really good like that. Scroll. I showed you the Dawson stuff. I showed you that stuff. Showed you just about everything I had. I had some like best of 95 montages and stuff, but nothing too crazy left over here. The internet stuff, the top songs. All right, let's close out with Weird History's timeline, TV timeline 1995. Everything that happened in TV in the year 95, and then we'll call it a night.
Have you heard about the...
Hold on. Oh, why, thank you, Donald. I really appreciate that. It's nice to get compliments like that. Okay, Timeline TV, 1995. Everything that happened in TV. Here we go.
Extreme games. For the first time ever, 9 same but different athletic contests never before brought together will be brought together here in small, scenic Rhode Island.
1995 perched right in the middle of the decade of extreme. That's extreme with a capital X. And TV was no exception. Amid the most sensationalized murder trial in history, some firmly Gen X reality shows premiered, and a handful of new comedies ushered in the mainstream rise of alt comedy.
That's right. But Mad TV, I premiered around that time. That's right. Mad TV had some good stuff. I didn't watch it near as much as I watched Saturday Night Live, but Mad TV had some good things.
A surrealist tone which would come to define the decade. Whether you're into sitcoms, sci-fi, or indecent exposure on late-night talk shows, 1995 had something for everyone. Ouch. We're taking you through all of the television shows, news, and events of the 90s. This is Timeline TV.
Man, I'm pretty.
Hi,
Danny. Can you solve who shot
I'm
Mr.
pretty
Burns?
cute.
Because
Damn.
this one is all about 1995. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel and let us know in the comments below your favorite
Subscribe to Weird History. They have a really great channel. If you're not subscribed already.
TV moments of 1995. Now, who's ready to relive the O.J. Simpson trial?
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
The year kicked off on screen with the launch of a brand new television network, Warner Brothers Entertainment.
I'm doing a video about Warner Brothers. For those of you that don't know, I used to work for the WB. And I worked there in 99 and 2000 and 2001.
WB Network.
Gee, Daffy, I wonder who they're going to get to pull the switch.
Though it would go on to host all sorts of TV shows, the WB originally boasted just 4 sitcoms: The Wayans Brothers, The Parenthood, Unhappily Ever After, and Muscle.
What's up, frog?
Just 5 days later, on January 16th, the WB would face stiff competition from yet another new television network. UPN, or the United Paramount Network, began its voyage onto our screens with the 2-hour premiere of Star Trek Voyager, the next in a long line of TV shows set in the Star Trek universe. January 16th was a big day for TV. The same day UPN launched with the premiere of Voyager, a decidedly less future-focused show debuted in syndication.
Yeah. Did I ever meet Nikki Cox? No. I didn't work in the Hollywood WB. I worked in an affiliate in Kansas City. So I did all of the marketing and research for the Midwest WB affiliates out of Kansas City. And so that's where I was. We're watching the timeline of TV 1995. Let's see. Did I work for KPLR? Yes, I did work for KPLR. That's Channel 11 in St. Louis. I worked there from 2003 to 2005. Back when they were the WB of St. Louis at the time. And they also had Cardinal baseball. So I got to go to a ton of Cardinal games because we had tickets, overflowing Cardinal tickets. So that was a fun year.
The Cyclops.
Take a good look, because I'm the last thing you're ever gonna see.
Starring Kevin Sorbo as the titular Greek hero, Hercules. The legendary journeys
I can't help
spawned
it.
6 seasons of television. And
Honestly, it wouldn't be a true 90s hangout if there wasn't at least one person smoking a cigarette. Am I right? I also have the weed, but I do vapes now instead of flowers. So you're going to get smoking when you come to my channel. It is what it is.
list merchandise.
He's Hercules! Tell about he's Hercules!
And even a couple of spin-off TV shows. The first of those spin-offs was Xena, Warrior Princess, which was released a few months later on September 4th.
Hello, Xena.
Hello, Hercules. Looks like you're losing your touch.
The character, played by Lucy Lawless, was originally meant to be killed off in Hercules. Instead, she was so popular that she starred in 6 seasons of her own loosely mythological adventures. Sitcoms and soap operas had to take a back seat when the O.J. Simpson trial began on the 24th. The ex-NFL star was on trial for the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman.
Did O.J. Simpson really kill Nicole Brown and Ronald Goldman? The evidence would show that the answer to the question is yes.
If the only evidence you have that this glove came from O.J. Simpson's home, that isn't enough evidence
to convict a rat.
And TVs were flooded with live coverage of every day of the proceedings. The frenzy continued
Protect your
until,
spirits, Will.
after 8 months of highly televised coverage of the O.J. Simpson murder trial, millions tuned in on October 3rd, 1995.
I was going to say, I thought the verdict was in October because I was at school. I didn't realize the trial lasted that long. That started in January.
To hear the verdict.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
Simpson was acquitted of all charges. That is, until 1997, when he was found liable for the crime in a civil lawsuit filed by the victims' families.
And we finally have justice for Ron and Nicole.
$5,000 if you answer your phone with the phrase that pays. So when your phone rings, don't say hello.
Okay, how do you guys feel about Frasier? Because honestly, I see all the time people on X talking about how Frasier was the best sitcom of the 90s, and I don't agree. I don't think Frasier was anything that special. It was okay, but it was just like elite snotty comedy. Like I just, and it was funny, but I don't think it was the best sitcom of the 90s. Am I wrong? Yell at me in the comments.
Say, well, blow me down!
On February 21st, Ted Danson appeared on the much-loved sitcom Frasier to reprise his role as Sam Malone from Cheers.
She's smart, she's funny, she's horny. You know, Sam, it's always amazed me how you can elevate and demean in the same sentence.
The episode, the show where Sam shows up, addressed many of the nagging continuity issues of Frasier's past in the time between the two shows.
Hey, what did he tell you about me, Sam? The father.
He told me you were dead. Dead? Well, we had an argument. He called me a stuffed shirt and hung up on me. I was mad.
Exactly 1 month later, on March 21st, the soon-to-be hit series News Radio debuted on NBC.
News Radio and Just Shoot Me, and I watched Friends. I did. I'm not gonna be too cool for school and say I didn't. And I still at the time watched TGIF. I watched a lot of Step by Step and Sabrina. I watched the end of Full House, all of that. So, I watched a lot of good stuff. My last video that I put out about 90 shows that you don't remember unless you're Gen X, a lot of those shows were my shows, like Northern Exposure, Sports Night, Dharma and Greg, Coach, loved Coach, Evening Shade, loved Evening Shade. So those are my shows. Wings. Oh my God. I loved Wings way more than Frasier. If we're going to talk about the Cheers universe, love me some Wings.
See.
I heard your audition tape. Good stuff. Good pipes. Clean delivery.
OMG ER. Yes. ER changed television. ER changed the look of television. It was the first show to have these, they would do these 360 camera shots, and they would follow the doctors or follow the patients, and you'd get POV shots, and it just changed the look of dramas completely. Before Sopranos, ER changed TV, and I'm gonna make a video about it someday.
Didn't send in a tape.
You're from Canada, eh?
The sitcom, revolving around the office politics of a fictional radio station, ran for 5 seasons and featured Dave Foley, Stephen Root, Andy Dick, Maura Tierney, Joe Rogan, and Phil Hartman. Just one day after the premiere of News Radio, the science fiction series Sliders slid onto Fox. The show ultimately ended its 5-season run on the site.
Oh, Jerry O'Connell. Yeah, ER was great. The sitcom with the military guy was Major Dad. Loved Major Dad. Parker Lewis, Can't Lose was awesome. For those of you that are new to the channel, I did Corin Nemec was on here on a live stream a few months back. And so if you go into my live library on my channel, you can see when Corin was on here. We talked about Parker Lewis. We talked about Parker Lewis. We talked about I Know My First Name is Steven. And we talked about the Stephen King miniseries that he did. And I can't think of what it's called, The Stand. There's so much great stuff in the 90s.
Sci-Fi Channel.
That's the entrance to a wormhole that runs between worlds. When you step inside, you slide through to another universe, completely distinct and separate from your own.
The show followed a group of characters, including Jerry O'Connell and John Rhys Davies, as they jumped through alternate universes, decades before Marvel even heard of the multiverse.
There may be hundreds, even thousands of Earths, all coexisting on the same multidimensional space-time continuum.
In a stunning bit of television history, Drew Barrymore appeared.
I remember when Drew flashed David Letterman. Who couldn't forget that? Who could forget that? La la la. Greg, remember the Ferris Bueller show? Yes, I actually did a video called "Awesome Movies Turned into Awful TV Shows," and Ferris was on there. It was so bad that they opened it up and like it was the weirdest premise. Ferris was a movie about this kid Ferris, and they cut up Matthew Broderick's cardboard cutout. It was so bad. It was so bad. Jennifer Aniston played his sister.
On the David Letterman show for the host's birthday on April 12th. The 20-year-old actress
Early
brought
edition was
Letterman
a good
flowers, gave him a kiss on the cheek,
Yeah, Drew
and
flashed.
danced on his
Here she
desk
goes.
and flashed him. Hey, it was his birthday. Letterman was dumbfounded, finding it difficult to say.
Yeah, did you look at Letterman's face when she does it? He doesn't even know what to do. So she's dancing. She flashes him. His like mouth drops open.
Hey, it was his birthday. Letterman was dumbfounded, finding it difficult to segue into another topic. And the clip became one of the most infamous TV moments of the 90s.
Yep.
After almost a decade on the air, the legal drama Matlock, starring Andy Griffith
Matlock.
as Grandpa Simpson's favorite lawyer, finally came to an end on May 7th, 1995. The show ran for a solid 9 seasons before being sentenced to cancellation. Fans thought that this would be the end of their favorite lawyer. But then, Matlock was rebooted on CBS almost 30 years after the original finale, starring Kathy Bates as the titular lawyer, in a universe where Matlock, the TV show, exists.
I'm Madeline Matlock.
Yes.
I'm a lawyer. Yes, Matlock. Like
I didn't just watch it with my grandma. I watched it like in college with my friends. We loved some Matlock. Watch those reruns like it was gold. Like same with Murder, She Wrote. Loved that shit.
The old TV shows.
It's a little confusing.
On the next Star Search 95, last week's champions return to defend their titles.
Actually, I'm Black, Jewish, and a woman, so every joke offends me.
Another TV show was put to rest on May 20th. The talent competition show Star Search lasted an astonishing 13 seasons, with its host Ed McMahon introducing the world to dozens of future stars.
Welcome Beyonce, the hip-hop rapping girls' time.
Aaliyah, Dave Chappelle, the Backstreet Boys, and countless others.
We have got to do a Star Search night. I've got to write that down on the idea board. We have got to do a Star Search night.
As one show ends, another begins. Just over 2 weeks later, the dating game Singled Out premiered on MTV on June 5th.
We're doing an MTV 90s night as well because I got to talk about Singled Out. We got to watch I want to watch a whole episode of Singled Out. Chris Hardwick and Jenny McCarthy. Oh my God. I loved this show.
With Chris Hardwick and Jenny McCarthy playing host.
Jenny is the monkey wrangler for Singled Out.
I make sure everybody's having just a ball.
And you punch the guys.
I do.
You like to. Ow.
Unfortunately for Hardwick, McCarthy's star took off much quicker than his own, and she left the show in 1997, allowing Carmen Electra to step in for the show's third and final season. Next up was the premiere of a brand new reality TV show on July 19th. Pitched as a sister show to the real world, MTV's Road Rules stripped a group of strangers of their cash and forced them to live in an RV together. The simple premise turned out to be exceedingly popular, and the series ran for 14 seasons before driving off into the sunset in 2007. Later that fall, The Drew Carey Show rocked Cleveland for the first time on September 13th.
All the little chicks. What was that? With the crib, something say Cleveland rocks. I can't remember how the opening went.
I didn't come in here to be insulted by some crew cut jerk who thinks this job is his own personal beauty contest. You're a pig.
The show followed a fictionalized version of real-life comedian Drew Carey, meandering through life in Cleveland with his friends, played by Ryan Stiles, Diedrich Bader, and Krista Miller.
You asked me about my day.
Okay, Drew. How was your day?
It was lousy. It was like the rubber glove part of a physical exam.
The Simpsons Mystery Sweepstakes has begun, and people all over the country are choosing 1-800...
Wings was part of the Cheers universe. How did they spin it off? Here, I'll get you the specifics. Okay, Wings was part of the same fictional universe as Cheers and Frasier because they were created by the same production team, David Engel, Peter Casey, and David Lee. While not a direct spin-off, the shared universe was confirmed through several crossovers, where Cheers characters like Norm and Cliff, and later Frasier and Lilith, appeared on Wings.
To make collect calls so that they and the person they call can be entered.
In one of the most anticipated episodes in sitcom history, The Simpsons aired the resolution to their season 6 cliffhanger, Who Shot Mr. Burns, on September 17th.
But I could never shoot someone. Kuzo could not. Kuzo could not. Kuzo could not.
Kid, as far as Daddy's concerned, you're both potential murderers.
Serving as the season 7 premiere, Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 2 finally revealed the culprit. Spoiler alert for a 30-year-old episode of television, it was Maggie. Aw, her first attempted murder.
Arrest the baby.
Yeah, right, Pops. No jury in the world is going to convict a baby. Maybe Texas.
Fox's teen drama TV show Party of Five received a new cast member on September 27th during its second season. The little-known Jennifer Love Hewitt joined the show as Sarah Reeves, a character who would remain a series mainstay for the rest of its 6-season run. 3 days later, Saturday Night Live changed forever when Will Ferrell joined the cast of season 21. The fledgling comedian immediately...
That reminds me, I'm going to be doing a podcast on Monday called Mutant Reviews. It's a TV and movie 80s and 90s TV and movie podcast. It's not live, so it'll be recorded. So I'll tell you when it's going to be on. But the subject is SNL movies. So either movies based on a Saturday Night Live sketch, or movies that star a Saturday Night Live cast member. And so I'll be on that. I'll let you know when it will be posted. But I'm recording that tomorrow night.
Immediately made a name for himself in the very first sketch of the season, with his increasingly aggressive demands to get off the shed.
There's going to be a meeting between your ass and the palm of my hand if you don't get off the shed.
From there, Ferrell became a main player. The X-Files found itself in the spotlight on the spookiest day of the year when it aired its 3rd season episode, Clyde Bruckman's Final Report.
The podcast is on all of the different podcast platforms, but when I do find out when it will be posted, I will put it on the community page. I will give you all the information, and I'll even give you links to where you can find it. So, yeah, I don't usually do podcast appearances or appearances in other people's stuff as a rule, but yeah, I made a exception for these guys because they're pretty great.
Pose on October 13th. Veteran actor Peter Boyle played Bruckman, a crotchety old psychic aiding in the search for a crazed killer.
How are you receiving this information about the body's location?
I just know.
But how do you know?
I don't know.
Bruckman swiftly became a fan favorite character. Boyle was nominated for an Emmy, and the episode is still regarded as one of the best of the series. 2 days later, after the world fell for Bruckman, television history was made yet again with the debut of Mad TV.
You want to be on a TV show?
Sure, I got nothing better to do.
The sketch comedy show was made, not so subtly, as a way to ride the coattails of Saturday Night Live.
I believe we're going to have to get medieval on your buttocks.
Surprisingly, the plan worked. Mad TV ran for 14 seasons of critically acclaimed television, featuring future stars like Jordan Peele, Keegan-Michael Key, Orlando Jones, and several others before taking a bow in 2009. But as with so many of the shows on this list, Mad TV was briefly rebooted for just 8 episodes in 2016 on the CW.
Must-see TV becomes NBC Star-Crossed Thursday.
2.5 weeks later, NBC staged a crossover event between its smash hit show, Friends, and 2 of its other sitcoms.
My brother and his boyfriend have been trying to adopt for 3 years. What agency did you two go through?
The lead character from Caroline in the City appeared on Friends, while Friends characters Ross and Chandler appeared on The Single Guy and Caroline in the City, respectively. Now, if only they could make every show Friends. The same day an iconic Seinfeld episode aired and spawned 2 decades of references and jokes. The season 7 episode, The Soup Nazi, about a militant soup stand owner played by Larry Thomas, was based on a real-life place in New York City called Soup Kitchen International.
Has anyone ever told you look exactly like Al Pacino?
Very good. You know something? No soup for you. Come back 1 year.
The next day, the surreal sketch comedy show Mr. Show with Bob and David, starring a then-unknown Bob Odenkirk and
I talked about this on my most recent You Don't Remember These 90s Shows video. Loved Mr. Show.
David Cross, made its debut on HBO.
Here's your chance to fight back. Just videotape yourself at home complaining about our show and send it in. If we use it, we might make you a star.
It lasted 4 seasons and was nominated for several Emmys. Finally, on the very last day of the year, Cartoon Network changed the way TV shows are greenlit by broadcasting the world premiere Toons Countdown call-in show.
Your job is simple. Watch the cartoons. Call the 800 number and vote for your favorite. Each toon has its own code, so pay attention.
The New Year's Eve special ran a series of animated shorts, encouraging viewers to call in and vote on which short they wanted to see made into a full-blown cartoon TV series. Ultimately, Dexter's Laboratory won out. And true to their word, Cartoon Network produced the show. Now that's genius. So what do you think? Was 1995 truly extreme or just another year of TV? Let us know in the comments.
It was pretty great. It was a pretty great year for TV. I love Kids in the Hall as well. Well, that will be part of our 90s Comedy Central night. Upright Citizens Brigade, Kids in the Hall. Oh, good stuff. I know nobody does crossovers anymore. Broadcast TV is just not even a thing anymore. I wish they'd bring it back. I wish they'd bring back broadcast TV, appointment television. I wish they'd stop all that streaming stuff and just get back to TV being TV instead of trying to be these, big movies. Like they turn them into these big spectacles that are like 8 episodes and there's so much filler and it's crap. Like, just give me a good sitcom. Give me a good 80s, 90s sitcom that's 30 minutes long or 22 minutes long and is on once a week. And then I can watch it, reruns in syndication. I miss it so much. Yeah, television, but network television is basically dead. Oh, I loved Beat the Geeks. We'll go. I when we do 90s Comedy Central, we'll go into the 2000s because it didn't die for me until like 2008, 2010. So we'll have to cover it because Gen X was Comedy Central in the aughts, in my opinion. That's how I feel about it. Ooh, whose line is it anyway? Y'all have to do a night of sketch comedy. Gosh, there's so much good stuff to talk about. Okay. Whew. Almost at 4 hours, guys. I gotta call in tonight. It's been a long, long day. Now remember, next Friday, I'll be doing my live stream from, I don't know where I'll be doing it from yet. It might be from here. It might be from the homecoming. I'm not sure yet. But we'll continue our 1995 talk next Friday. And then next Sunday, members, we'll have a members only live stream for I've Got 5 on It members, where you're going to help me make a video. I need your input. I'm doing a video on Gen X and Disney, why Gen X really wasn't ever into Disney. Basically, it's about the dark ages of the 70s and 80s. So I'm going to get your guys' input on that and help me write it and help me put together some points for that video. And so that's members next week. And then 2 weeks, we'll be doing the live with Jay on a Saturday. So I'll keep you up to date. Check out just keep up to date with my posts on the community page. And also you can go to my Discord. We watch movies over on the Discord on Thursdays and Saturday nights. So definitely go check out the Discord. Thank you, Engelbert. I appreciate that. $2. Thank you. This was fun. I'm glad you guys had a good time. My part 3 of my big 80s news stories video will be out this week at some point. Depending on, I don't know if I'm going to be up my dad's back up in St. Louis at a hospital up there, which is like an hour and a half away from me. So I don't know what my time's going to be like this week, but I'm going to try to get that video. I've got so many great videos for you guys. Oh my God. I've got some really great stuff. So I want to get it done and get it edited and get it on here. So just keep on a lookout. Visit my page, share my videos if you would. My channel's kind of been on a little bit of a downturn lately. I think it's a YouTube-wide thing. My views have been down. My subscriber count's been like kind of stalling. It hasn't gone backwards, but I'm just not getting the views and the subs like I used to. And I don't know if it's me and my content or if it's just YouTube as a whole. But if you guys do me a favor, whenever you see a video of mine that you like, please share it with people. Invite people to join us on Friday nights on our live streams. We have a good time, and it's Gen X only content. You got to be Gen X to enjoy it. I mean, you don't have to be, but you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah. Should we do a Tommy Boy movie night? We should, and I will. I'll put that on the list for October. Thank you guys so much for your kind words from my dad. Yes, may the Schwartz be with you. I will. I'll take care of me, but this is my only source of income. So if I don't post videos, I don't make money. Yay at being a YouTuber. So I gotta get my money. And since my view counts are down, my income's gone way down. So like, but fourth quarter last year was a huge quarter for me. That's when the views go up out of the into the stratosphere. So I'm hoping to have a better fourth quarter, and I got some good stuff planned for y'all. So I'm gonna try to get as many videos posted as I can. So yeah, and then my birthday's in November, and my channel birthday's in November. My channel's turning 2, so we'll have a party then. We'll have a party on New Year's. We'll have all kinds of good stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. Oh, thank you, Different View. I appreciate that. Yes, please hit the like button on the way out. I would appreciate that very, very much. Thank you guys all so very, very much. Yeah, the AI stuff is really killing. It's killing the YouTube. John Hughes movie night. That's a good idea. Yeah, so I got all kinds of good stuff planned. So just stick with me. Check in on my channel, the community page. Become a member. That's a really great way to support my channel, and you get some kind of behind the scenes stuff, some special videos and live streams. So I appreciate your guys' support very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys on Friday. Have a wonderful week, guys. Okay, bye.